No intro, straight in. It's a hard in, as Ryan Dahl would say. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday morning. We're back to normal. Fresh back from SDCC, hence why this one's going to be an exciting one. I haven't unboxed anything since getting it. But I'm going to crack straight on with having a quick sip of coffee and wishing you all well on a Saturday morning. I feel a little bit excited. It's not as mellow as it once was. Today I'm going back to Tatooine in honor of a box set I can't wait to open, which is the new Jazzwares Vault release of Millennium Falcon and Landspeeder. But let's get on with the big news. Today I am joined by, for me, the master of micro galaxy news. Commander Cole himself is joining us. So I'm going to bring him in and let's say hello. Good morning, Cole.
What's going on?
How are you?
Thank you for that intro that may or not be accurate, but
it is, dude. Like you have been a source for people like myself that don't frequent the Facebooks. Your micro galaxy IG page has just been a wealth of information throughout the years. Well, so thank you for doing that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
What got you into that in the first place? Cheers.
I think I've told this a time or two, but for those who haven't heard the deep backstory, they showed these at Toy Fair several years ago, and it was a behind closed doors industry thing. And little, you kind of get the weird spy pictures from Toy Fair behind closed, where it says no photography and all that. You get photos, but they're always terrible, like potato photos. And they looked cool, but in my mind, I'm like, oh, is this like micro machines? I wasn't really sure what was going on. And it wasn't until photos got leaked or out there later where you could see everything in scale, and they had the speeders with the people beside them. And then everything clicked like, oh, they're kind of bringing back another line from the 90s that I grew up with. That was
micro machines.
Really into. I had quite a few. I wasn't a super collector as a kid, but compared to most kids probably, but I had quite a few Action Fleet. So it was I don't know if were you able to have those?
Action Fleet was definitely a thing. I didn't collect all of them, but they were the most detailed mini ships you could get, right?
Yeah, it was. They were so fun, and I had a lot of the Star Wars stuff growing up, but those were the ones that I would come back to time and time again and actually play with. So when that clicked and it was like, oh, this has scale, this has micro figures, I was so into it. And the problem was, at the time, there really was not a lot of info out there. And eventually, I think around May, sometime early May, maybe late April, there's a Yahoo News article, kind of a press release, like they do. And it had some of the details on Wave 1 and things like that. And everyone was just confused because, if you're not into it, it's kind of like before I got into Transformers. I look at Transformers and I look at the shelf and I'm like, what is all this? You're saying Voyager and Deluxe and Commander class, whatever, you've got all your different class sizes.
Yeah.
And different price points. And it was all just kind of confusing. So, I went out there looking for it, couldn't find really much info on Jazzwares official channels.
Or anything hanging on the peg, probably.
No, not at the time for sure, because this was before the line was out.
Well, even now it's starting.
And, and then went looking for Micro Galaxy Squadron, couldn't find anything or any accounts.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this is cool. Maybe I'll just kind of, I was on Discord and we're kind of putting info together. And I thought maybe I'll just aggregate some of this info into an account. And, some of the first things I did was I kind of put together like a MGS 101, which is still in the highlight reel. It's a time capsule for sure if you go back and watch it.
Well, I remember when you started doing the tick sheets. Collect the tick sheets of all the series and stuff like that.
So it was like, it was like, hey, these are the class sizes. These are the prices for the class sizes.
Yeah.
and this is what is in wave 1. This is where you can pre-order them. This is where you can buy them. And then I had a friend in the UK. Forbidden Planet, I think, was one of the first people to get this on the shelf. So he bought them and shipped them to me in the States. And, you know, I had some of the first unboxing videos for some of these up.
So what was the first one you got?
I got several. It was the Series 1 Starfighter class. So, you know, I had the X-Wing, Darth Vader's tie.
Yeah.
I believe Obi-Wan.
Did you get the Sabine tie?
It's just history after that. That one, fortunately, I found on pegs, which is that was once I found that in store, my luck has been all downhill since then. I used it all on the Sabine tie.
I remember seeing it myself. It was in a Target. I went into Target and I was like, oh, because when it first came out, the one thing I wanted to get was the Falcon. I think I talked about it last week with Ryan because he bought the X-Wing and the Slave One. And it was like, oh, I want to get the Falcon. I want to get the Falcon because we hadn't seen the size of the Falcon physically at that point. So I held out for that, and I remember seeing Sabine's tie on the shelf on the peg, and thinking, well, I'm not going to get that one because I want to wait for the Falcon, which is kind of part of my life right now of hesitation, which is why I'm so addicted to buying things now. But yeah, it's crazy. When we think about all that time back,
did you ultimately pass on it?
I did.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I passed on it, and then I said, well, I don't need it. And then the collector brain clicked when everything started showing up in Ross, and having so many Rosses around me, because at the time I was in Canada when it first came out. And moving to LA, I have Rosses now, which are great.
What year did you move?
2022, just after
so pretty early on in the line then. Yeah. Well, at least for the majority, the last couple of years, you've had a slightly easier time than your Canadian friends up there.
Very much so. But the tide has turned on many different toys.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's awesome to have you here, man. Like I said,
thanks for inviting me.
I've definitely relied on a lot of information you put out there. So anyone that I don't even know why I want to say this, but anyone that's not following your IG channel on Micro Galaxy Squadron, unofficial, follow it, because you'll get great news on what's coming out, what's on discount, what's available now. It's fantastic. So you didn't, however, make it to SDCC.
No.
So you're living vicariously through the many channel followers that you have and other channels that you follow, I'm sure, to get the information. So that's why I wanted to bring you in today, because we can get a first look at some of the stuff I managed to get, and I was lucky enough to actually get delivered the Falcon set. So I can't wait to break that open and take a look.
So mine on the truck, if you see my camera cut out, I've either lost internet or power, or I'm running down to grab a package and bring it back up here.
That would be great. That would be great, because then we can do a comparison to see if there's any difference.
I'm sure it'll show up about 10 minutes after we end.
Yeah. All right. Let's see now who's joined us, so we can say good morning. As always, we have Bitter Troll first to the key every single day. Bitter Troll, good morning. Thanks for being here. We have TK joining us. He got his yesterday. It looks amazing. No spoilers. We're going to see. My man, Ryan Dole. The Dole's in the house. Good morning, Ryan. Hope you're recovered from an exhausting weekend. I hardly even got to see him. It was crazy. He is a big deal. Who else do we have here? We have the Force Guild. Zeris O'Flynn is in the house. I'll wait and see what you think about this, because I know one of your comments was, it's just a repaint, but hey, we don't know yet, right? We don't know yet. Paul Smith is joining us. New Falcon kicks ass. See, everyone is this is why it's worth getting it. This is why you need it, because the original, it was one of the first ones to come out. It didn't have a lot of the paint jobs that we're seeing now. Not as much as and the rumor is that we got different noises. So I don't know. We're going to test that out today and find out. So I don't know. We'll see. I heard a rumor. I could be totally wrong. But thanks for joining us, Paul, all the way from the UK. At least you'll be able to understand me, which is good. The wife's in the house. Ali, good morning. Thanks for giving up another morning. Jamie Pale Rider in the house. Jamie, how you doing? Don't know if you've managed to unbox any more after your Virgin unboxing on the show, but hopefully you have. Thanks for joining us again this morning. John Gargano's with us. Hey, everyone. And hey to you, John. Thanks for coming in. Darth Stargazer is joining us. Thanks for joining. Let's keep going down, keep going down, keep going down. Oh, D-Cirtle in the house.
D-Cirtle down there at the bottom.
Yeah. Good morning, Daniel. How you doing? And another friend of the show, BC Lorian, and other movie cars too, is joining us today. It's funny because I thought you hated Star Wars, Brandon, but thanks for joining us. All right. I think that's everyone that's joining us. Good morning. I haven't really been reading the comments. I hope you're all keeping yourself amused in there. Let's see if there's anything that I want to see. I think you're all good. Keep yourselves amused, people. Jamie's excited. Everyone's excited. I'm excited. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Now, I don't know if there's anyone on your channel as well, Cole, but if you want to say hello, now's an opportunity because we're going to be getting into it.
A lot of crossover here. I think that's it. I think we're on your channel, I believe. So,
right on.
What's here is here, but yeah, not maybe unsurprising amount of crossover.
Okay.
Lots of familiar names here.
Yeah, let's get on. So, what do you want to start with?
Oh man, let's do the hangar because I know over the last couple days, the Falcon sets have been hitting hands.
Yes.
Now, that set, I haven't seen that much footage post SDCC of that.
Yeah, I think I know why. Because
it's kind of strange, but I would love to see it out of the box and in hand. I've really only seen the promo photos and some video of the one that was sitting at the booth.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. Now, how easy is it for your setup there to cut all the lights?
Here's the thing. So
I'm just kidding.
I
would love to see it in the dark at some point.
I can definitely do that. I've got it in arm's reach purely for that, to see if we can see it light up. And I've drawn the blinds, so we should be able to do it. Okay. Yeah, you're right. There's not really much I'm not gonna unbox this. This is, to me, purely supposed to stay in its box. It's a cardboard hanger with some plastic supports, and it looks cool. So I've already got Vader. I've already got an abundance of TIE fighters. So
right, for people that are into the line enough to be buying an exclusive like that, you probably have the ships.
Yeah.
So the presentation is the selling point.
It's just a big space danger, right? It takes
so there's probably not a whole lot of people cracking that open.
This was the first year at SDCC that I didn't have to lose my mind in having to, line up, come back, line up, come back. This was the first year where you could go up and get into the first port call and actually go into there wasn't a big lineup this year. There was no capping of lines. There was no end of line lineup. It was literally just roll up and go in. And that was on Thursday.
That's interesting. I wonder why that is. That's interesting.
I think
that was for all of the Jazzwares exclusive. They were there at their booth selling them.
Yeah. Okay. And for the past 3 years, I think it's been chaos. And I remember the year where they actually had to shut it down. They actually kicked everyone. Security came in, kicked everyone out, and said, "You guys are idiots. We're shutting this down. Come back later." and it was nuts. It was nuts. But I liked the Squirtle squad that they had there as well. Yeah, there were some other good things that I was blinded by the fact I was going to be getting this that I forgot to get for certain people, but I did help a fellow collector out as I was in line. He was working the con. He was over at McFarlane, and he was like, "Hey, dude, I really need the wrestler set." And I didn't compute. I was so excited about getting into line, and I do have to give a shout out to my friend Steve, who was able to help me out. But yeah, I was able to get into line and go through it, and of course, the anxiety kicks in, right?
Yeah.
But I did do that for him. I did get him his wrestler pack, and I did give
people
him
helping people.
Exactly. That's what we do, right? It makes no skin off my nose. He Venmo'd me straight away, and he was a happy man to get back to it.
That's amazing.
Let's see if this fits in here. Look at this. So first of all, our typical box, but look at what you get straight away. This is a nice, shiny, deep kind of blood red. I've never seen this color before, and we do have our exclusive on the box.
Yeah, I don't believe they've used this at all yet. This red light, this presentation style.
I've never seen this color, and we've got Imperial Hangar Bay down at the bottom, and we have sort of pseudo Arabesh one of 500. So there was only 500 made.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So I'm gonna off camera here get this thing out because it's huge.
Which tells me unlikely to see a bunch of these show up on the vault if there were only 500.
I would not think so, but if it does, it tells you the interest of the fans as far as a box set is concerned. All right, look at this thing. It's actually pretty damn cool. So I don't know if you can see the ghosting in the camera here. I'm going to do my best to try and show that. You can see the tie. You got Darth's tie at the top and the two TIE fighters below and like a raised ghosting. Can you see that?
Their art and packaging team is just so next level.
Yeah, this color is really cool. It's almost like
really nice,
metallic as well. But yeah, that's a cool looking back at the box. And on the top, we just have the hanger. The I guess that's a hanger ceiling or a hanger wall. On the side, we can, again, we've got a design here. We've got our Star Wars frosted window so we can see through, which is kind of cool. And get a look in there at the back side of the ties. And on this side, similar. We can see Vader's ship. You can see the floor of the hangar bay.
Now is that what you would call the front of this?
The front of this is this. So this is the front of the box.
Okay.
This is the top of the box. And then here is the sides.
Interesting.
And this is the back. Now the more interesting is this is the outer box.
Okay. There's a slip.
Again, they've given us a box on the box, which is really cool. But if we were with Paul right now, we'd all be taking a drink because that wasn't me.
Ding.
God. Yeah. So this is another sexy box, which we're not gonna need because we've got to get this thing out of here, right? But what are you gonna do with this box? You know?
Yeah, the slip makes a lot more sense. I was trying to remember the photos and thinking, wow, you really can't see much of that in there, can you? That's what I'm used to seeing.
Now we got dual camera action going on, which is good. Okay, slip is off. This is a sexy slip. And you normally will only buy those at Christmas for your wife. This is cool. All right.
Love that.
Now we get into it. This is the hanger. So here's our top. We have a 2025 exclusive SDCC exclusive badge on the top there. Looking top down. That's what we'd expect to see. Vader's wings are a bit inwards. I don't see anything different about the ships. I really don't. I think if anything, I would say the gray is slightly lighter. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with the lighting and camera and all that, but I don't know if you have one close. The original Darth Vader tie had a little bit of a bluer,
there's definitely a bluer gray,
than that does. That's pretty.
It's pretty.
That's
why I think we thought they may have been a white color.
I did see people wondering,
Again,
that would have been next level for sure.
And again, I think they're all a slightly whiter color. I'm looking at mine is up on a shelf right up the top here. But it definitely looks like a bluer gray.
100% that's different. Yeah, it's much bluer.
I've got, you know what I have got to hand? Because I'm trying to figure out a stand for it. I do have a TIE Bomber, which is also the same gray.
Fairly dark.
And again, if we try and compare this, apples for apples, I think this shot right here shows us the color difference.
Yeah.
There's that blue gray we were talking about. So it's definitely a different gray. So we actually do have a slightly different color. Plastic color, that's for sure. So that's interesting to see because I wouldn't have guessed that unless we were getting it out of the box. Apart from that, though, dude, it's like it's a hanger.
Yeah.
It's a glossy box, which drives me nuts because I can never really appreciate what I've just bought.
No, what I am curious about, I have not seen the button or switch or anything. I have not seen someone operate it.
That's because I haven't shown you my backside
in person. Oh, well, it's always time.
Here it is. The mysterious button, the mysterious switch. So we have an on-off button right here. I will stick
Look
it
at
on.
that. Thank you, Jazzwares, for the battery
Yeah,
compartment.
the battery compartment being something that we can see. Okay, so
Uh,
you can actually see the illumination.
yeah, even with all the lighting on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the bigger gripes with the really amazing arcade set from last year is
Yes.
cannot access the batteries there
Yes.
easily. You have to kind of, it's involved to tear it open and get to it. And I believe you either have to re-glue or re-solder a battery, maybe something like that.
I haven't had to try yet, you know. But again, that's another one which I don't mind keeping in the box because it looks amazing. This one is gonna stay in the box, 100%. But look, you got the LED strips at the top on both sides, and you got the LED strips on the bottom. So it is gonna light up pretty well. Let's see what's going on in the comments here. I've probably not been seeing on there here. What's going on? The packaging is so good. This is from Decerto. Right, so the slip, I'm gonna keep the slip. The slip's easy to keep because they compact and flat, and you can keep them somewhere, right? And they put so much work into it, and they are so sexy that you don't want to get rid of them.
Yeah, that's a common problem with me is just keeping too much packaging.
TK saying it's a dust protector. Yeah, 100%.
Now I found, fortunately, with Micro Galaxy, a lot of their packaging will break down. So I will cut the bubbles off and I'll keep the card from the smaller ships.
Yeah.
The Starship class, you can slide the art out and lay it flat. The box will also break down and lay flat. So I kind of have a box that's just a stack of all the packaging broken down. So I still have all the cards with the info and the little insert cards from the bottom. I've got basically all the packaging. I just get rid of the plastic that's attached to it.
The shiny shit that you don't need.
So it's,
the only thing with this one is, I think you when you reviewed the release of it, you were commenting about this. They haven't really done much as far as the stand is concerned. They've just vacuum formed some plastic cradles, and the ships are just sat on the plastic cradles, as you can see there.
But if those had actual stands inside there, then you're much more conflicted over whether to open it or let it hang out there, you know, in the nice packaging.
You're right. And if you can slide this out, and if it looks like the middle section, the decorated section is separate from the box. So I don't know if you can actually slide it out from this plastic prison.
Yeah.
And still have the lights, because the upper and lower sides are all connected to what seems to be in the middle.
I almost appreciate not having to go through that dilemma. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to bother. Yeah, I'm not going to bother.
Now, you know, if it had premium deco, if it had been a vintage toy colored version, if it had stands inside, then all of a sudden it's, oh no, what do I do with this? Can I repackage everything? You know?
Yeah, because the outside of the box,
I've got to buy two.
You don't need. I mean, look at the mirror metallic finish on the paint as well. You can see my reflection in it. It's damn good, right? It's kind of sexy. But if you were to be able to slide that inside out, and there were a stand that made it look, more in world, I think I would probably want to do that. I don't need the packaging, but the inside, the insert, the lighting, maybe that would be something cool. It wouldn't be a dust protector, as TK said, but it would be something cool to have up on the shelf, because now you haven't got the reflective plastic that ruins you from seeing what's going on. And I always like to show that off, because this is why we unbox them.
Again, something else I'm noticing for the first time here is that back wall
3D
is dimensional.
Yes, it's 3D. You can see that. Hopefully.
Very cool. Yeah. I hadn't noticed that yet, that it was, they had gone a little extra there.
Yeah, they put dimension in there, and I guess that's going to stand out with the lighting. Force Guild saying here, the color discrepancies between what should be the same line of ships is odd. Makes me think repaints are best. I guess, yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I don't know if they're going to re-release this again, but what that does tell me is that they didn't just, as some people have been predicting, get rid of old stock. So it's not necessarily just a lazy get rid of old stock, because if it's a different plastic, that to me says it's being pulled again.
And if you
right?
cracked it open, I'm sure you'd see a date from, probably February in there.
Right. So
ships.
it is interesting. I mean, it's like we've said, we don't need the ships. We're getting the exclusive that's gone behind the packaging, and it does look good. So do you
I,
want me to dim the lights here?
I
And
get
we'll
what
get
he's
a look?
saying. Inconsistencies, not the best, but I do love having kind of the different flavors, because in my experience, I've seen people have pretty strong preferences on the color of these ships.
Yeah.
These things are so iconic, and you've grown up with them, and people's, what they see in their mind is different sometimes. And it's like, me, I kind of love the darker, more cooler shaded plastics on some of these versions that they've done, like
Yeah.
the Series 2 battle damaged TIE fighter, to me,
Right.
is the nicest looking one.
I mean, like I said, I've got a ton of TIE fighters,
But,
and they
then
all,
there's others that like the light colored ones and prefer it that way. So I do like having the options just for people that kind of do have a strong preference one way or the other, the lighter grays, the darker grays.
let me just grab an inbox one because I want to kind of settle this. This is why we do these things, right? So I want to take a look at it. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
You talk to your people.
Yeah, TK says hologram red ones would be cool. I've been, we've been kind of going over that since we saw the blue holographic B-wing. And if they're going to keep doing these hologram versions, red hologram versions of the Imperial ships, I think would be really, really, really cool.
I haven't seen any red hologram stuff. Have you?
There hasn't been. But I think, on the last episode, we were saying just looking at the new B-wing.
Yeah.
And how cool that looks.
Yeah.
And that, those sublines aren't for everybody. I get that not everybody wants a vintage toy colorway. Not everybody wants a hologram version. But there's a lot of people that are really into the hologram versions. And I think adding the red variants for
red and blue,
Imperial
right?
ships,
Classic Star Wars.
Yeah, for the Imperial ships, having those blue and red up there would really make that subline kind of pop on a shelf and give it another level.
Yeah, just unboxing those and having them out on a shelf, the blue versus the red would look really cool. I agree. I think that would be amazing.
And, I'm sure you've seen this. People were buying the Black Series pucks from the hologram, the bounty hunter pucks.
Yeah,
people were buying those pucks when they were on clearance and using them on the hologram. MGS ships is a pretty cool idea.
Illuminate it, make it look good. I agree. I've got the first one I could grab was the TIE battle damage TIE.
Love it.
And I'm just gonna now, because again, you're right, the lighting in here isn't the best because we have to illuminate everything. But I don't know. Again, I hate the plastic. I don't know if you can see, but
it's hard to do videos of these.
Yeah, it is. This may not look like it to you guys, but this is definitely a deeper blue gray. And I think if I turn it like this, down on the bottom there, you can see the lighter gray. And it definitely seems to be a deeper blue gray. So it's the same mold, 100% the same mold, but it's definitely a different color. So I can clear that. And then even compared to the chase white, right? It's definitely not white. And it's definitely not. I wish the light wasn't so bad.
And they're consistent with each other in that set, which is nice.
Can you see that? Does it show it? It almost looks the same in this, but it is a deeper.
It does come across as darker, but having seen it yesterday, I do know that that is a much richer, deeper blue gray.
It's definitely the same blue gray as this out of the box, and I think that there sums it up big time. So answer that question, then it definitely is a different plastic.
And see, my preference are those like the TIE Bomber, the Interceptor, those that are a little
slightly
darker.
larger one. Darker and larger.
Mm-hmm.
But even just looking at Darth's original is definitely that blue. All right, should we see this thing lit up? Oh, I'm going to just quickly run in and say hi to the Imperial Communique. Anthony, good morning. Thanks for joining in. What's this one? Yep, 100%. Yeah. So again, I think it's fun to get the two different colors. I really do. I think it's fun to get
Yeah.
this because you're not unboxing this, and it's not going to not go with your set because you're not going to probably unbox it. All right, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to see if I can easily turn this off.
Nice.
Easily turn this off. That's it. Color does adjust, but let's see what happens. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Oh, wow.
So you can see the lighting there. And if I do this, does that work, or am I getting too much backlight?
No, I mean, you can definitely see the effect of it. I mean, how in person, how bright does that look to you? Is it just right?
It's good because it casts the shadows, and the 3D at the back kind of casts the shadows you're not going to see. It's so difficult. Sorry, peeps.
Even if
it was a pitch black room, you're not going to get it.
It does nice.
It casts the
shadows on that dimensional standout on that back wall.
Yeah,
add so much. Whoever came up with that tweak to the box there, great idea, because it adds a ton.
It's
to the presentation.
It's pretty sexy.
I know it's just cardboard, but just the shadows that it's casting on itself there, it adds a ton, having that little level of 3D dimensionality, contrast on that back.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I was hesitant. This wasn't what I needed.
Sure.
But I'm kind of now glad I got it, to be honest.
And I always say these are the best kind of event exclusives. They're hard to get. So to me, it's always appreciated when they release something that is not essential for everyone's collection, but it's cool to have.
Yeah.
I hate when things are locked behind exclusives. And I think a lot of companies have gotten better about this. Like the Black Series, Obi-Wan and Anakin set. I'm sure a version of that Obi-Wan and Anakin will be mainline in a few months, but there's exclusive elements to it. I would be really sad if there were versions of ships out there or repaints that are specific. Imagine if Biggs or Porkins. Imagine if they did a Porkins X-Wing for an event exclusive. 75% of the collectors that have it want that, and there's only 500 of them. So, that's a disaster. So I really appreciate them doing the arcade set. Yeah. Even the storyboard set from a couple years ago. It's not something you have to have in your collection, but it's really cool and is a nice set piece in addition to your normal collection.
The storyboard one was one which I really liked. That one was cool. Just
really cool idea.
And the boxes and everything, and a typical vault
which
box
they took. They took that box idea and now carried it forward to basically a lot of the vault box sets.
Yeah. TK says Death Star alarms going off. Yeah, 100%, right? You hear it. You hear the box.
Was that on your end or my end?
No, that's what everyone's hearing in their ears right now. You're just looking at that, right?
I thought I heard an alarm earlier.
Oh, that's definitely on your end, not mine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did not hear that.
I think
you need to take another sip of coffee.
It's the they may test tornado sirens the first Saturday of the month at 1:00 my time. I think that might have been what that was.
Okay. Or it may have just been your inner child hearing the movie you love represented in a box.
R2's in the back here doing his little whine.
TK says your package arrived. That's what it was.
I wish. Yeah, I've actually, hold on now.
Let's check.
I've checked it a time or two looking for the FedEx update.
Hey, do you want to, because I don't want you to miss out on this, because I want to see what you brought along. I want to see the blue tank.
Well, it is nothing as cool as an exclusive like that.
We'll keep people hanging because we want to get to the Falcon exclusive. We want to open this thing up. But I want to see this. I again never saw one of these.
I've made one huge blunder here.
You didn't bring it?
And I have not brought my knife.
Oh.
So we may end up having to do this old school style.
Well, at least we're matching today.
Yeah, is mine is from a 3D printer.
Yeah, me too.
It's
They're precision. They're precision.
the is it the Creality?
Yeah.
Whatever they call it, K2, something like that.
Okay, some people like to use industrial sized snips. I like to use dainty precision.
I don't know what this says about me, but I'm the type of you have all different types of unboxers, on camera, off camera, whatever. Just in general, everything I have, for the most part, I am very, very, very meticulous in how I cut the bubble. I'm blading like right above the card, trying to get it as clean as possible. My vintage collection, bubbles, I'll cut the bottom like 70%, just enough to be able to slip the
so you want to keep it as intact as you
slip the tray out.
But you're
that way
rid
you can
of the plastic.
slip it back in, and when you stand it back up, it lays flat.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know why I'm anal about that.
What do you do with your MGS card backs? Do you keep them whole or
with the card backs?
Yeah.
I keep them whole, but I keep them in general because I do love the
blueprints,
the blueprint card on the back, and I think one day I might cut all these out and put them in a binder, which I know a lot of people have done. Like a card,
mine to a card back so it can be up on the shelf.
The other option that I've seen, now you couldn't do this with all of them, but what I've seen somebody do is, cards have the little stands for like a nice card. They displayed the blueprint card on that tiny little stand beside each ship, and it looked really, really clean.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice.
See, one of the things I've been doing, and which excites me about unboxing these, is making my own clips for the ships to go in and go in the traditional figure stands. So take off the claws from the top, and now you can put on these special clips, and you can display it. So, I've got one here that I've done for, the LATT. So that one designs to go up and clip on, and you just have a hole in it that you can put into the traditional clip. And then I was messing around with my shelf ones, and now I have one that can go onto a shelf, and now you can stick so now you can get more ships.
Very nice. Yeah.
I love that. And I was thinking of doing the same thing, which is have a clip to put in the back, but primarily for the Vault exclusive that I undo, I can put their transparent, beautiful artwork on the back of it. And now I can see everything without the plastic being around it, but I also get that translucent illuminated artwork. So yeah, I hear it.
3D printing is amazing. I see dioramas and things like that people do with Black Series and Landspeeder Luke and all these cool things that people do.
Yeah.
But the creativity in the Micro Galaxy community of just different ways to display these.
Yeah.
Whether it's building a diorama around it, a hanger,
or
just the ways that people can clip them to a wall.
Yeah, I think you showed it off on your show last time before the SDC shows with the guy that had, again, it's the traditional bases that I'm talking about, and you can just screw them onto the side and use the arms, these things.
To have them against the wall. Yeah, it's really amazing. And, a couple weeks ago, I think we showed Sky Guy Customs had
amazing
the trench, a tiny diorama of the trench, but it's a mountable trench that you put the clip in and have the X-wing in.
Yeah.
And man, it's just so cool to see that kind of creativity and stuff all the time from people.
So what are you going to do here? Are you going to rip it open with your teeth?
I'm going to, against my better judgment here, I'm just going to rip old school style.
I'm going to embiggen you. Give me 2 secs because we need to see this. There you go.
I'm going to rip. So this one has been not easy to find in the States. That's an understatement.
I have not seen anything or even heard a report of it.
They are slowly hitting Walmarts.
Oh,
finally.
Really? Okay.
We've seen this the last several waves for whatever reason. I don't know if this is a Vault box set deal or why this is the case. But typically, especially with Walmart, we won't see a lot of the chases until the very tail end of getting those last few cases in stores.
Yeah.
So now we're kind of seeing a wave of some of these go west to east on Walmart shelves. So, check your Walmarts coming up. I know my store here in Nashville, my store is getting some like middle of the month. So here in a couple weeks or less.
Right. Okay.
So, with the last week and the next coming weeks, there should be another case or two, maybe the last few cases these stores will be getting, but
wow, definitely keep an eye out.
This is from
Definitely.
Alaska.
It's crazy, man.
Caleb Lloyd in the Facebook group helped me get this. Found some at a Meijer.
Oh,
so
I need to start trusting Facebook again.
I know. Listen, it's about the only thing I do on it are the Facebook groups for collecting and things like that. If it weren't for that, I would not use it at all.
I know. Paul Smith says that some of the artwork, especially inside the lids of the Vault box sets, are worthy of being framed and put on the wall. And it's so true. Like when you get the Scout class big boxes.
I obviously have zero sway or word, but I've been saying for a while, I would love for them to, the tissue paper that they put in the box sets.
Yeah.
I would love for just a added value or perceived value, whatever, for some of these box sets. If they would just take the art from the back of those sets and make it into a poster and have the poster on top of that set when you open it, I would love to have a little art print or poster of the whole artwork there.
And if we're clever enough, they'd make it the right size for certain shelves, so you can just put them as backdrops on shelving units.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like they would be the size of the set, so you'd open it and the whole artwork image would be right there on top.
Paul Smith is giving you a drum roll.
All right. Look at it. Very, very cool. I believe this is a Commander. It doesn't show up well on camera, but it does have the yellow
markings. Yeah.
Which we saw with the Coruscant set, I believe, is the only other time we've seen those.
As soon as you get out of that plastic, we're going to see even more.
All right. Oh, man. Listen, that's...
You've got to let us see this.
It's hurting me.
You've got to let us see this.
Me. We'll see.
What are you doing? What are you doing with that? What are you doing with that rare sticker or chase sticker?
Unfortunate.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not thrown away any bubbles or packaging from chases.
Maybe I'll have to hook you up with my little chase and rare stands.
So I'll do that much. I'll leave the bottom intact, but
yeah. You can just cut them out, put them in a stand, and have them go alongside your ship, so you always remember which one's what.
It is free. I've only torn up the box slightly. Honestly, I haven't opened that many rares. I open a lot of... that looks so nice. That dark gray there, that blue.
The blue and the gray work so well together.
This colorway is so nice. Love the Vulture droids. Glad I at least have my little nippers here.
Yeah. Precision cutting, If you're going to have a messy tear off, then at least you can precision cut the safety belts.
Now, unboxing, I always... Do you mute or do you just destroy people's ears?
It's the ASMR, man. And usually your mic will dull it. You'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
and you
don't hear it. Is it on the stand already?
It is. It comes on the stand.
And it's got one of those little ball joint stands.
So this. Have you opened the Series 4 version yet?
Of the tank?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
The standard one, the standard brown one.
No.
So there is a.
Oh, it's just a little slot. Okay.
Just to help it kind of keep its balance.
Not topple. Okay. Great for people who want to make stands though, because it's already an entry point.
And it's in there. I've actually never taken it off. And now that I'm pulling on it, I'm not sure it does come off. Yep, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
So you can see.
Yeah.
Great big slot in there for it just to slide in.
Oh, so it has wheels on the bottom too, because I had, like I said, I
Yes.
haven't opened any of these
Yep.
yet from the
So really,
okay.
really cool. It has a tiny little tab here
Yeah.
to help keep it off the ground for
Yeah,
the
to
wheels' sake.
hover slightly.
So that will slide on the ground as the wheels kind of roll.
That's cool.
But you know, we're not talking Hot Wheels car or anything like that. It's
But it gives it that look, right? It's the same as the
you know,
Landspeeder.
it
Just
does
having
it keeps it just, you know, I don't even know if it's necessarily for rolling as much as it is giving it that little lift off the ground with the clear plastic, kind of like the Landspeeder.
Yeah, that's cool. I like
But
that.
very, very cool. We obviously have the
Now, what is that? That's not a cockpit, is it? That is a, what is that?
yeah, kind of, you know, you'll see them kind of the command. You'll see a commander popping out of there a lot of the time.
What do we call that? What do we call that in a tank? Chat?
See what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And
now let's get a look. What's your, all the guns articulated, all the cannons?
Got him. We'll place him in here. So he just stands out. I'll try to tip him up here. You can see just his head poking out. So he fits in there snugly. Now, I'll give you the full rundown since you haven't opened one, but this rotates. Not quite 360.
180 degrees?
It does not go 360, yeah. So it's 180 or a little beyond. And then this actual cannon lifts.
Yeah.
A little more than 90 there. The ones on the side.
They tilt as well. Nice.
We'll rotate some. They've got some movement. And then, if you pull us to the side here, you've got this that opens up. And,
it's like a gunner. Like, is that a pilot or a gunner? That's the pilot, right?
So this is, yeah, you could call this a pilot. See, I don't know how accurate this portion of it is. They obviously use this all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is accurate, but I don't think it is. But it gives you a nice little seat there to hide your guys.
If you have more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the coloring on this is good. What about the weather? I can see some marks on the like torpedo tubes.
You've got you've got some here, some of the scoring. And then everything else is just a little bit of a wash. There's you know, just a light probably dark gray or yeah, I would say maybe a dark gray wash on it.
Yeah,
just
nothing
to help
metallic.
some of the
just got that
details
pastel
stand
color,
out.
right? Yeah.
You can kind of see it on the sides, but I think they've done a good job lately of not overdoing the washes.
Yeah.
They've kind of dialed in, I think, what is appropriate for some of these. Look at all that detail on the bottom. Something you'll probably not see that often.
No, and we always say this as well.
Kinds of
when you open
here.
up the lids or the roof sections of something, or they don't have to weather the underneath. They don't have to mold the underneath, but they do, and it makes such a big difference.
Or which we might see here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Even add premium deco to the underside of some of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time we're seeing that on the Vault exclusives. On the Vault exclusives, we're seeing a lot more attention paid to the paintwork, the decoration.
So very, very cool. I love these. I did
yeah, this blue and gray works really well.
I couldn't find my tank. So I thought I would very quickly open up this guy here. Have you seen this set from the Disney store?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I'm gonna quickly just rip the. I've never opened this for whatever reason. I bought them.
Can you go back to your
army builders? You know,
can you go back on your face on camera and show us it from a distance so we can see the.
For anybody that didn't buy this set, very, very cool set here.
Yeah, there you go. And again, you got the Disney box set, which is the silver and black.
Yep. I love these sets like this that are basically, I mean, this is the army building set. You know,
Yeah,
this is
100%.
I would love to see them continue to do sets like this.
Yeah,
Because you know they're super. I know it frustrates some, but they are super limited on what they're able to release in terms of, you know, army builders, troop builders, things like that. And,
well, they've said it many times now that they're not figure producers, they're ship producers. They're not here to produce the figures. They're here to produce the ships. So
no, legally. All kinds of little stands here for the staps about to fall out.
And how many figures do you get in that one?
Yeah, this one's insane. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 figures with this. 2 of them are, we'll call them Geonosis, but I actually think they were originally intended to be like the Micro Series, the brown ones from the Micro Series. No rubber bands on this, just good old impossible to pull out.
Good old plastic nipples to push down.
The whatever that was, oh, it's the extra vulture wings falling everywhere.
Are they all underneath on the bottom?
All right. So,
yeah,
I do believe this set was very close to that Series 4 release. Great Armada candidate if they ever wanted to do that, but
Paul Smith has some concern that you've gone mad on doing 2 in one show.
Oh, wait until he sees what if we have enough time here.
Yeah, dude,
that might finally get the rip, although without the knife the situation
you may have anxiety of a perfect unbox.
I was somebody friend of the Squadcast and channel, Age of Grogu, very kind to send this over.
Oh wow!
When they were popping up at Ross, the $5 Sabines. So in the $5 Sabine craziness, I was able to acquire a second one. So now I do have one to open, and I've been meaning to open it for. Now that we've got the Ghost and everything, I do want all the Rebel ships around the Ghost on that shelf. So, little comparison here.
Oh, Daniel D. Sertle is also saying he's going to have some B1 and B2 droids that he's going to be listing in the group soon for sale. Because I don't know if you know, but Daniel does some amazing minifigs to go with these sets.
Very cool.
Has them for sale, so keep an eye on the group. For that.
You know, I think part of the reason this is so great is because it's just so interesting. You know, so cool,
the evolution.
So interesting. These, you know, it is what it is. Not a whole lot going on. They did give us this that whole bottom piece is a different color, which is nice.
A few different colors underneath for sure. Yeah.
But essentially, this is the plastic, and then there's this other color.
Yeah. And then some skid marks on the torpedo chips.
Yep. But again, it looks so nice there.
Yeah, which is why they've done it, right? They've given us more. I like it. The blue and gray, there's a collection there to be had for sure, because we've also got the Tri-Fighters in that same color as well, which is so nice. And if we get time to talk about, we've also got the latest releases that we saw coming out from SDCC, with another one in the line of blue, which is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to find, I think I got one Battle Over Coruscant set on clearance. So I've got 4 of those Cis Vulture droids to go along with this. So it's nice to kind of have, now we're filling out, you know, again, it's almost like a subline of this colorway, you know. We've got this, we've got the Vulture droids, now we've got the Tri-Fighter. It's really cool to kind of build out those scenes there. Yeah,
for sure.
I love this. This is any addition to this, and I guess you could add Anakin's stap to that as well.
Yeah.
From I believe Series 2, I think it was.
And you can get that in the box set. Have they sold out the box set of that on the Vault?
Of which one?
The Scout class. Did they do a box set for the Scout class?
They did not, because they started with 3. So we just missed all the stuff in Series 2 that people weren't able to get.
So chances
just
are,
the
if you haven't got it already,
of that, you know, it was shortly after Series 3 that they started that. So Series 1 and Series 2, especially Series 2, kind of unfortunate, but it has been showing up in discount stores. So who knows? Who knows what could happen at this point?
Yeah.
But super impressed with this.
I like that.
I love it. I don't know what else we could see in this
Not
version
much.
other than like an MTT maybe one day. Huge transport there, but that would be amazing to release that and then release this. You could do.
I know you guys talk a lot about the larger, the larger scale. I just don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, it would be tough, but
That's
especially for one
exclusive
that directly interacts with other figures and vehicles. I do think capital ships, you've got a little more free range there to kind of tweak the scale and do something that just works.
So
with these that directly interact, it's a little tough.
When did this appear in Clone Wars?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know which episode it was in though. I don't know. Someone was just asking in the chat.
Yeah. No, I couldn't tell you a specific episode, but I know throughout the series some of this kind of shows up here and there.
All right. Are you ready for the big one?
I would love to. So I've seen photos.
This is the this came in. I haven't even looked at this. I haven't even popped the tape on it. I'm super excited.
So they just slapped a label on that and sent it to you.
Sent it. Yeah. This is the outer box. I'm always surprised when these things actually make it.
I know, and I haven't had a single issue. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I haven't had a single issue with a Vault order yet. No, no damage, anything like that. So,
no, I mean,
kudos to them, and kudos to I don't know, FedEx, whoever they're using.
I've got a ding there. You see it?
Oh, okay.
I've got a crunch ding. I don't know if that's going to be. This is why we have these boxes, right?
We'll see if it transferred. Did you black your name out there on the label?
Oh no, I didn't. Jeez. Yeah, I saw someone else do that the other day as well. I was like, oh. I haven't even touched this box. I've been super excited to get to it. I'm going to make sure I don't do that.
The outer box here, the shipper box.
All right. So, typical shipper box with the corners to protect. So, I got to get the box out of the box. Let's get rid of this one. I'm getting in trouble from the wife for giving off my address.
I do appreciate that they, from the get-go, they tried to do this collector focused and care about the corners and things like that, because even with little dings here or there, how much worse would it be if it didn't have the shipper box?
Exactly.
If it didn't have the corners.
Even with the corners, I've got a ding in the corner.
Yeah,
again,
it
very,
would be
very
so
light
much
ding.
worse without that.
So we have the same design on both the front and the back, but again, you don't have to do this. It's just
and really, it's triple boxed in a way. It's double boxed for shipping.
Yeah,
because you've got your shipper box, and then you've got your, I guess, the outer vault.
This one
design shell here,
and then we have this is just in place to give us our actual box, which again is another sleeve. So a box over the box. It's very hard for me to leave this room after an unboxing like this because I'm surrounded.
Hey, you don't have to tell me.
I'm surrounded.
If I haven't done a good cleanup after a few episodes, I'm surrounded by stuff behind me right here on all sides.
Yeah, it's so funny. All right, let's check it out. So we've seen this sleeve on photos only. It's one of those silky, smooth sleeves. We got our artwork representing the Falcon there, which is gorgeous. And so detailed.
A New Hope label.
Exclusive. One of 3,000, as always. A New Hope labeled, episode 4. We know what it is. It's the Millennium Falcon, but it tells us just in case. So that's our front, as we're going to call it. Oh, who's this? Someone's saying my outer sleeve was damaged on this. That sucks because we just talked about how much we want to keep these. So yeah. And also blows my mind. After going through 2 layers of cardboard, you still get
Yeah.
damage on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, imagine if that wasn't there. Who knows? You know,
Again, we got
the only way to protect it even more is by multiples.
Yeah.
Then
But
they've got to pack it.
I'm happy to say that the only damage we have is in that corner I was worried about, and it's just a tiny little crease. It ain't going to affect anything. So let's check out what we got here. We got our blueprints, which we love, showing us the Falcon, which we've had already, and showing us the Landspeeder, what we've got already. But this is a new version of the Landspeeder, right? This isn't just a replica. This is a new Landspeeder. Probably paintwork-wise, but it's not going to be the same.
Yep.
So
they're both redecos. And different number on there, so they both have LE 12.
So we've got lights and sounds, motion activated, Obi-Wan, Luke, there's our Landspeeder with all the things that it can do, which we're going to check out. I'm hoping that the landing gear on this Falcon, it was way better than the landing gear I had on my original Falcon.
A little loose.
They would not stay. They would not stay down.
Yep.
They would not stay down. Yeah, so that's our instructions. Our sexy sleeve or slip. So let's get going. Whoa, look at that. Again, we got another Vault sticker. Cool. So let's take a little bit of a closer look through the plastic. That paintwork is so different.
It is, yeah. Do you have your original one?
I do.
Handy?
We will be doing a comparison out of the plastic. This one's coming out. We have our cannons, we have our lineup, and then we have our Landspeeder as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what differences we get. I've got two to compare there.
Yeah. The long coveted Landspeeder by many.
I love it. The Landspeeder is one of my favorite craft from Star Wars. I'm trying to get all the Landspeeders. I don't know why. It's
so iconic.
It was a one Christmas. It was a gift from my brother for me, and it's just stayed in my head forever. And that's those bouncy wheels and the little lever to lift it up on the original Kenner. I love it. Yeah. Let's check out this box again. It's just nothing. We've got design work in the back, so we do have artwork in the back. It's going to be interesting to see what it represents. I can see it in the back there because I know we're not getting as much of the carded. Oh, you know what? Look at that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
What a great. What is that? That's inset. There's a framework here, like an
inset card.
Yeah, this is like looking out of a window, and it.
I'm telling you, man, that packaging and art team is just next level.
It is, man.
You didn't have to print anything there. It could have all been black, but that's just a really, really cool.
Wow.
Cool way to do that. Okay. I would say when you slide it out, the first thing I notice is how they nailed the kind of that scoring, that airbrushed scoring effect on both of those, really.
Yes.
The photos that were released beforehand, that looked significantly darker.
Yeah.
And I was a little worried about the very front of the Falcon and kind of behind the vents on the back of the Falcon there. Yeah. But it is not too dark at all.
We're definitely going to get a good comparison once we get this thing out. All right. So first and foremost, the things that I always ignore, instruction manual. We'll keep them just in case. I'll keep them handy just in case we need them. This is going to tell us where everything is and what we can do. So I'll make sure we got it handy because I don't know if you've seen, Cole, I'm a little bit stupid sometimes because I don't read those instructions and everyone gets frustrated with me, which is kind of par for the course and a little bit of fun. All right, so there is, oh, you know what? You cannot remove this insert. This insert is in there and it's just, it looks like it's see-through. It's see-through. I don't know if you can see, it's transparent. So this is the back. I don't know if you can, you can't see my hand there.
Yeah.
If I hold it up to the light, I can see through it. So this is super sexy. I don't know how I'm going to represent this, but I
wonder what it looks like with a light behind it.
Exactly what I was about to tell you, because I'm looking at it into my light right now. And yeah, this thing looks so good. Oh, I'm going to have to try and figure out how to show it. I wonder if I can do this.
Flip it around with the light behind it and display it in front, the Falcon in front of that with the backlight.
Hang on, does this work? I wonder if this works. So, it's not gonna work. It's not, but you can see my light behind it, right?
I can for sure. Can you flip it the other direction and put the light behind it where we see the back?
You mean this way?
Yeah, now just slide
Okay.
your phone.
Yeah. I don't think the light's going to diffuse enough, but we'll see. Yeah, it's difficult, but yeah, you can see this. We're not going to be able to show this off, unfortunately. I don't think. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it there.
Very, very cool.
Very.
I just wondered with a little bit of light back there, does that look really nice with the Falcon displayed in front of that? Where you flip around, it's got the MGS logo.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like it was designed to flip around and be displayed in front of that.
Yeah, because to have this on the background there is I'm
very,
impressed
very,
with
very
that.
Cool.
I wasn't expecting that at all. That's really cool to find out. I'll have to do some pictures and see if the cameras won't take that away from us. Okay, so there is a slight slip here with a hole in it. And again, that's what I thought we were going to get, the typical pull away, but it's just there purely as a window for what we just saw. So that's throwaway in my mind. It's the same image, but cut away.
With the cutout.
Get it out of there. All right. So we got some safety belts, which I'm going to cut. Anything else that's standing out from first looks here?
I'm just glad we've got a Landspeeder back out there for people.
Yeah, someone's saying in the chat that it looks almost lenticular, but yeah.
That vault set went pretty quick.
This one?
So we never got Series 4 Starfighter on the vault for whatever reason, because Biggs is cursed. But we did get the light armor set on there, and so theoretically about 1,500 people had access to that, and now we've got another 3,000 out there. So still not a whole lot of Landspeeders in the wild. I don't know that we ever really saw these on shelves.
I got this one, which I haven't unboxed yet. This was the first release in Series 4.
Did you get that in Canada?
No, I got that here, but I got it through the vault.
Yeah.
So there's the only
I don't. To my knowledge, those were never on shelves, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't see one. If I just saw it on a shelf, I would have got it as an extra. Oh, this one.
Yeah, I don't think anyone. It was part of with Series 4. They had the idea to do split case assortments.
Yeah.
So a ship or two from each class side, light armor and Starfighter, were saved for that other case assortment, and then that second case assortment never came. So Biggs never hit store shelves. The Landspeeder never hit store shelves.
Yeah, the big one was a pain in the ass, like you say.
Yeah, so
kind of ridiculous.
The vault set for this was like, that was it. That was the only way to get your hands on it.
Yeah. Yep, I love the vault sets, and I can't wait to get the Series 9s and 8s and everything else.
I'm hoping they come back soon. It felt like we were on a little bit of a vault drought there for a while.
Yeah, well, we saw it at SDCC. So we saw the box sets, and they're definitely a must to get. They got all the ships that you want, and even if it's a repeat, I think the only one I think it was an Obi-Wan Starfighter or something like that is the only one that I don't really need a double of. Yeah, I still don't know why we need a double of that ship.
The devil's advocate thinking I've been going with is for the Revenge of the Sith anniversary. We had Anakin as a Armada release in the last wave, and then in this wave we'll have the Kenobi.
Right.
So I guess there's a thinking that getting these ships back out there for a significant release like the Revenge of the Sith anniversary kind of makes sense, but I think those were pretty widely available. So not as crucial as the forthcoming TIE Bomber, which was like, that's a home run Armada re-release for sure.
Yeah. Well, even the cannon now.
Yeah, it has deco on it. I can see that. Yeah, on camera, it's got the two shades there. Again, that's totally cool. Unnecessary, but like just the extra mile,
Yeah, I'll take it for sure. Same functionality of our center piece. But look at that. Oh,
look at that.
Look at that.
Again, totally unnecessary.
Like even have they done a... Yeah, that's so cool. Even the back of it there. Wow.
That's
And the
amazing.
chair.
Even that has premium deco inside of it.
Wow. That's awesome. You can see it through the window too, which is so cool. Wow. Okay, let's check out the outer pieces. Look at that.
Great job with battle damage.
Scoring.
Great job with the carbon scoring on it.
And again, we've got, I think a few people didn't like the amount of black there was inside the ports, but I kind of like that.
They really stand out. That's for sure.
Shows off all of the details in there now, you know?
Yeah.
And we got how many different colors on this? Wow. There's our cockpit. Looks like a safety belt on that too, which I'll have to get out.
You know,
now there's your engine.
How screen accurate some of it is. I've seen a couple people saying that this one, like, they've added almost too much deco now, that it may not be screen accurate anymore. I don't know if that's true, but similar to the Ghost, which may or may not be screen accurate.
So let's look at the sides here.
I would rather it look interesting on a shelf
fades out
than be totally screen accurate. I don't know how you feel about that. But I would rather it just look beautiful.
Well, unless you're saying that this is from the exact scene, then you have to match the deco, right? This is just the Millennium Falcon. That's all it says.
Yeah.
And, you know, with any weathering, you got to go hard if you want to take a picture of it, right? It's not going to show up. I mean, I think you're right. I think, you go hard with it and you make it look good on a shelf.
I totally agree. You know, I look at the HasLab Ghost next to the MGS Ghost, and your eye is drawn to the MGS because the paint, the deco, the paint, everything on it is so vibrant, and there's so much more going on there that it is a much more interesting ship to look at.
And again, I got bright lights.
The same way with this. This is so much more interesting and eye drawing.
Yeah.
With all the deco that's going on it now.
Because without this dropped in there, you don't see the molding and the detail of the molding. I mean, look at that. How intricate is that? You're not going to see that without that wash in there. You know? I understand the colors and stuff, but
we've got one random brown in there as well.
Yeah.
There's only a couple spots on the ship that might have that color.
Brown skid mark's probably not the best choice, but yeah.
Now the question: how do those feel when you open them up there?
Yeah, I was gonna get to those, but let's get there now. Okay, they open and it locks. It doesn't click. It doesn't click, but it pressure locks. This one not so much.
Okay.
This one has still got that rock to it. So I wish there was a click. I wish there was a because you see that very easily. Very easy. This one,
solid. Yeah, I don't know what it is about that design.
And it to me it folds the wrong way. You know.
Sure.
It shouldn't fold sideways. This one again a little bit more solid, so it's in there, and you can see the metal pin in there now.
Yeah.
But this one, meh. Yeah, that's a shame. I was hoping that would be something they would fix, but you're probably talking about a remold at that point if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
But it does stand up. My other one has trouble standing up because as soon as I do that with it, it wants to fall.
I have one that's similar to that. Yeah.
This one doesn't do that.
Now is this just your second Falcon?
I didn't, and this is how I got away with it with the wife, because I didn't get the Escape the Death Star one. Was it Battle of the Death Star, or was it Escape the Death Star?
There's both.
Okay, so
I believe this is the 5th Falcon.
Yeah, I think I've got 3. I've got the one from Galaxy's Edge as well.
Okay, so this is your 3rd.
So I had to get that one. That was dear to my heart. We got married on that ride in 6 minutes. Wow. So I had to get that one, and I want to get a little minifig of me and Ali in the cockpit. It'd be so much fun. But
still shockingly, the only way to get the sequel trilogy look of the Falcon.
Yes, but at least you get the radar dish, right?
Yep.
Okay, so crack it open. See what we got. All right, so let's take a look at the underneath first. And again,
Like we
we've
mentioned
got
earlier.
metallic bronze. Again, our lights are so washed out here, but there's a metallic bronze there at the top and a metallic silver here. And I haven't noticed this before. It looks like torpedoes.
Uh-huh.
And
Again, it's
again,
just there's no
metallic here on the mesh.
reason for them to have to have done that. But what a nice touch.
Yeah, it really does stand out.
I was shocked when the first picture on Facebook I saw, because I think we had seen it. You know, they've removed it for some of the promo pictures and videos at the booth, but they hadn't shown the underside of it. So when somebody on Facebook had it out and flipped it over, it was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, yeah. I just noticed Brian says, I don't need another Falcon, but I do need this, right? Agreed.
You need
this
it.
is different. You need it, buddy. Get it. This black under here is also underneath the bottom too, and I think that'll probably help with the illumination of the engines. But yeah, that's, again, we're not going to sit here and look at the underneath, but we all appreciate the detail that they put into all of this additional paintwork, so we can see the mold detail and the love that went into creating it, which is a lot.
And I know there was a bit of sticker shock at $100, but I think when you really get this out and start looking at all these details, that's a ton of deco. I mean, just a ton. For a, this isn't a custom painted item. I mean, this is something they made thousands of.
That's
and this
so
level
nice.
of detail is fairly unprecedented. I'm trying to think of something that Hasbro's done on this level with this level of detail, and I'm not sure.
To be fair, though, the interior of the Ghost is very impressive. The interior of the Ghost, it looks so good. And like we said, the outside still looks good, and the engines on the Ghost, the detail and the metallic paints and the heat markings and stuff is so good. But for something this small, I mean, let's get into it. Let's start here where it's this. Look at that dejack table. That's nuts. And now we have the correct. I feel this is the correct color for the couch.
To me, it looks correct. Yeah, and a wash on it as well. So everything on this inside also has a wash on it to make all those details pop.
Dirty ass sitting on the couch. And again, adds to it. It brings everything out.
Again, and
look at the gangway.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
You got all the
they've
ridges.
matched that color to the pillars on the sides of the hallway there.
Yeah,
which
all the way around.
I couldn't even have told you they were there on the last one.
And that's the thing. Until you add the wash or you add the color, I love the fact they're doing this, because I think it gives the designers, the creators, the modelers of this. Look at it. Now you can see the two boxes in the corner. Now you can see everything where it's supposed to be, because the color difference, by painting the floor and keeping the walls a different color, everything.
Absolutely. Now I've heard, I'll be curious because I don't remember, when you pull out your other Falcon.
Yeah.
Let's see if that peg is there on the old version.
This one here?
I think that peg might be new.
Okay. Well, look at the metallic here back in the engine. And the engine has 3 different colors. I'll try and share. There you go. Try and shade the light a little bit. So the engine compartment has the metallic silver, the black, and there's like a white in there as well.
Yeah.
So you got a gray, a metallic silver, a white, and a black. And then here, are those little bombs, like detonators?
Like thermal detonators?
Yeah, like
in my headcanon, that's what they are.
Yeah, Zeb's favorite thing. That's what it looks like. And again, just working our way around, there's another little hatch, which again, I wouldn't have realized was there.
Another peg for R2.
Another peg, yeah. I love that gangway. I love the effect of that gangway. That
and
then
the wash gets in those tiny details, and it really pulls out that great.
Now, am I going to open it? I always hesitate and panic. There we go. Yeah, never opens. These gangways just don't open large enough, but it does look so good. Just even when it's open now, it's going to add a little bit more.
Yeah, it's unfortunate at the scale. It feels like a lot of those ramps don't quite give you enough clearance.
No. I always thought that there would be lights in this. I always thought that was like a lens cover for some lights, but it's just white plastic.
Yeah,
which
it
is
would be
shame.
nice. A customizer, I'm sure, has done that.
Oh yeah, that would be so good, so good. All right, let's get a look at the cockpit because I think they're going to give us something beautiful in here too. Let's start with the upper portion again. We've got color in there this time, no wash, just color.
Yeah, so nice.
But now look at this from the back almost. Look at the seats. Oh, that's so good. And now we've got the metallic. Oh, that's my. Let me just get rid of that. Now we've got the metallic in the column there. Oh, even the little console has different colors in it.
Yeah, and you know it looks like it has to be painted in stages.
Well, the
because
floor,
you've got the floor, then you
seats,
had to glue in the painted seats,
and they're two colors too. The little clips that hold the dudes in,
yeah,
are just plastic. So wow. And then the sides of the cockpit too. Don't know if you can see that. They're black.
Yeah, that was those showed up on kind of a revision of the Falcon that came out, kind of a running change revision they did.
Look at the details in there. You've even got, you can see the two sliders that sends it the light speed in there now. Wow, that's cool.
Are the seats are all four the same color, or the two back ones a little darker?
No, they're all the same color.
Okay.
And again, I think that's gonna let you see it better. They're just in shadow.
Well, and really, think about all the customizers using
this
as a starting point.
I think you're right. Just taking
they
it away
look
from the
slightly darker,
yeah,
right?
they are. They're slightly darker. They are slightly darker. And they look like they have a wash in there to show off all the details of them too.
Different seats, different color.
It is. It's darker for sure.
Just really,
actually looks really good from this angle.
Now, did the original have a peg for R2 in the front? Maybe not.
I don't. We're going to find out because I'm going to do a comparison. But what I like about this compared to the old one is that this actually clicks shut and doesn't just come open.
That was kind of a weird thing with the original release.
Okay, so let me before we move on to this, I'm going to put the dish in because we all know the dish is the dish. This dish
I'll be curious to see which version you've got, if you had the running change version or the first wave, the original.
I think this is the first wave one, but you tell me. All right, so we'll leave this one over here. And we'll put this over here so we can see it. Okay, here it is.
Man, it's after looking at this one for the last 15 minutes or so, it's pretty crazy to go to that other one.
Right. Let me just
which I had no issue with before, you know.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But now seeing them side by side, it's like, oh, yikes.
But even the cockpit, you can see now, right?
Because it's got that dark interior. Yeah,
you
it
can see
stands
everything
out.
in there.
The whole canopy pops now.
So yeah, that's because one of the things I want to do. So if you remember the lights and sounds, so okay, we have that, and we have that, and then we have. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see if anything differs from that. So let me crack open this one so we can see the inside. And again, nothing, right? All of that stuff that we saw earlier, really, it's just bumps.
The detail is there, but it's nowhere near as visible.
It's just bumps, and then boom, right? Such a difference. Such a difference. Okay. And now we can see the insides of this and the difference from that. Wow.
It's insane. Look at that. And
the
again,
table is
I
silver.
remember getting this and thinking, look how detailed this is.
Yeah.
And now to see those two side by side, I think if anything, that's the selling point. Their promo photos should have shown those side by side.
Or not. I mean,
just so it's like you really see the difference side by side there. because it's wild. I mean, the night and day, when before I had no issue with the original.
So yeah, you're right. The gunner seat is different. It now will hold better, I think, anyone that you put in there. Can you see those retaining clips, pegs?
Yeah, the easiest way to tell if you've got the revision or not is if there's tabs on the seats in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Because that was something they went back later and decided to start putting those little the little tabs to hold the pilots in.
Yeah. So we definitely have that. Oh, wrong one. Don't want to do that. Okay, so cockpit wise, you said you were looking for a peg, right? Let's take that off. This will make it easier. Can this one come off? Yeah. Okay. So cockpit wise, 1, 2. Can we see that? It looks the same. I don't see a peg.
No peg, but you've got no. So yours is the original, I believe,
Yeah.
with no tabs on the seats there.
There is a wash at the console,
Mm-hmm.
but again, it just doesn't really stand out. Let me get rid of this. Sorry.
It is just wild to see this now, after looking at the other one.
There's that, and then there's that. Wow.
And again, it's such a slight thing, but painting the flooring,
yeah, everything stands out.
Massive difference, because you look at the other one, and now the feeling you get is, look at all these little details. It's, man, it's all the same color.
But then this is lost. This is lost. Now everything stands out.
Yeah,
everything stands out that you'd expect to see. I don't have a peg here.
Wild.
I don't have a peg here because it's obviously the first one that came out. So there's no pegs at all anywhere in here.
Yeah, I believe the Scott saying the peg I'm thinking of might be the Ghost, where it's got the peg in the center of the seats there.
Maybe for Chopper.
Yeah.
Okay, but this new inside there.
That's nuts. Yeah, they've added the pegs just so you can a little more playability there, like moving around R2.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. It is crazy.
We're going to have to do a comparison with the sound. I didn't bring a fresh set of batteries, so I failed miserably. It's probably not going to be easy to get this bottom one out.
My guess is the electronics have been left alone purely for cost reasons, but...
Oh, man. Get out of there. There you go.
It is so crazy seeing those sit side by side.
That's why we do this, right? So we can get an idea about why we need these. Because a lot of people will say exactly what I said in the beginning. I don't need another Falcon unless they're going to change it in massive ways. But I do not regret 1 minute getting this.
I have seen that a lot, especially at that price point. But yeah. I think when you get this out and look at it like this,
yeah,
I don't feel bad about that at all. I'm also just a sucker for these repaints when it's a massive upgrade. So anytime I can get a better version of something, I'm not super upset about it. I just want to have the best version. Yeah. And this is now by a mile the definitive Falcon to have.
Paul just ruined my surprise. Spoiler alert, Paul. There's now a ribbon inside the battery compartment to help get the batteries out. Now, genius, because you all saw me struggle, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is genius. Makes so much sense. Love that sound.
Nice consumer-friendly upgrade to it there.
Yeah. Another reason to buy this version. Did they sell out yet?
They are not sold out yet. Still available.
People haven't seen how beautiful it is. That's why. Get out there, people, while you can. Because you never know.
My guess is this is one of those that the first time they run another sale on the vault, this is probably one of those that's going to go after the first sale. Like, it'll be gone.
Okay. I'm not going to put it back together. We don't need to.
And newbie 15 gets you the 15% off. So if you want it for $85, code newbie 15 should work.
Take note, people.
All you need is an email you haven't used yet.
I don't think it's any different.
Yeah,
but
I think your gate is cutting off the sounds a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be, but I do think this is brighter, and I don't know if it's because of the black paint underneath it and the detailed paintwork up here, because we didn't have that before. But with the paint up here, it focuses the light out the back.
Which it used to, the whole back end of the ship used to kind of glow. So whether intended or not, that's a nice side effect of getting more deco on there.
Yeah. Seems to be the same. Unless they've improved on one of them slightly or made it louder, it just definitely seems to be the same.
Toys in general across the board, I've kind of thought for collectors items like this, if you're going to go to the trouble of doing sounds, I would like, if I'm going to pay for the sounds, I would like for them to sound a little better in general. And this is not Jazzwares. This is just toys across the board, you know.
Especially with the technology we have now with the smaller but more, you know, volume filled tiny little speakers, like the ones we see inside of lightsabers, etc. Those things are super loud, right? Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely a way to do more sound bites, I think. I don't know how much that costs or adds to the value, but you don't mind paying the value that, or the money that we do pay, if you get a little bit more, right? Especially with lights. But yeah, there's nothing at the front, there's nothing in the cockpit. Yeah. Okay. Are we happy with that? Are you now more excited to get this in your delivery today?
Yeah, I'm curious if anybody in chat has not bought one yet and is now feeling like they might need to. Did this sway anyone? And again, I think if you use that code for $85, you're getting a ship that's well over $100 on the aftermarket. And then you're getting the definitive version of the Falcon.
TK says he'd like to see it next to the Ghost. So let me stagger back. See if I can do this quick.
Scott says, I want to buy 2 more now. That's which I guess that's the
this is the battle
damage version of
the battle one that came with the two Y-wings.
You got one with a really nice wash on it. It's not too dark.
Yeah. So if I hold them up, oh my god, it's so big. It's so big. But I'll hold the Falcon slightly higher, which makes it look bigger. But like you were saying, Cole, the wash works, and it doesn't look out of place to what we see here with the Ghost, right? So, but that's our same level size comparison.
Now,
they're both
canonically, I do believe the Ghost is about 20% bigger, maybe, than the Falcon.
I agreed. They were never supposed to be the same size, right?
Right.
So,
because I see a lot of people who think the Falcon needs like a massive size redo to scale it up. And that may be true for the size of the micro figure, but as far as the ships go, I don't think it needs to be sized up that much to be accurate with the Ghost.
But again, we don't really have anything that we can compare that to, right?
Yeah.
In live action.
Again, I don't know that the Ghost is one that we could see this type of upgrade to, because I feel like we kind of got a premium version of this with that Amazon set, because the cockpit and seats were painted.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of deco on the inside there.
I think just a little bit larger. I think just a little bit larger with it would be good, but I don't need to put this with the Ghost.
Right, side by side.
Right. What you do probably want to put it with is the TIE fighters and stuff, and they almost do seem a little too big for the Falcon. Yeah. But again, we're nitpicking.
I know. And if anything, I think you could keep the cockpit the same size and just scale up the rest of the ship slightly.
Because that's why I was holding it here, is that the cockpit's not far out.
about
from what you
15% bigger, maybe, and
you know.
you'd look pretty good. But again, now it's like seeing it with this deco, it's
Yeah.
almost like new again. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a beauty, man. And again, if any, before we move on, because I've just been in awe of the paint job on this. But yeah, there it is, side by side again.
Man, that's wild.
With the paint, it looks smaller, and that's always what happens. If it's just a big white area, it looks bigger. But with the paint, it brings it down.
Yeah.
But I now see the definition that I recognize about the Falcon with the the plate or the burger, and then the cockpit. So,
I know I keep saying this, but it's just I had no issue with that original release. But now seeing them side by side, it's like, man, what a disservice to the original.
Yeah.
It's it's wild, the difference there.
Absolutely. So I hope that's given some people food for thought as far as getting in there, using Cole's discount, and getting on before they're gone. Because once they're gone, I think I'm correct in saying they're gone.
Yeah.
So
unless they find a random case or box of them somewhere in the factory.
Does that happen with Volts though? If there's 3,000 made, there's 3,000 made, right?
Correct. There was one or two releases where it felt like they found. So you remember the very first release, the Hoth Battle Pack?
Yeah.
There was a handful of those that randomly went back up months and months.
Oh, really?
Later. Yeah.
Okay.
So my guess is they either had a portion of them that they were holding for returns or something like that they released, or they found a pallet or two. They found a case of them or a pallet of them in the back somewhere.
Right.
So they had some of those that went back out, and I think the same thing happened with one of the box sets. But as a general rule, I would certainly not assume that was going to happen.
Right. Do you have I don't have them with me because they're up on a shelf, but do you have a recollection of the recollection? Is that a word? Recollection of the old figures and how detailed they were?
I think with this, for the most part, everything is the same except R2, who's received a major upgrade.
So there's our Han Solo.
Yeah. Is his shirt between the vest, is that painted or is that the plastic color?
No, it's painted.
Nice.
You see the skin tone is like a pink skin tone.
Is the shirt color the plastic color, or is it painted?
I think it's painted because I can't see any plastic. Okay. And it looks matte. And you can see the hands. So I think it's painted. And with our washed out, I definitely think it's painted. I definitely think it's painted.
I love that little stand.
I'll have to hook you up, buddy. I'll hook you up with some rares and chase stands for your stickers and these two. I've just made a little stand, 2-piece stand.
Did you design that?
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then the arms can go past the dips.
Yeah.
So they can actually stand
Love
straight.
That. Is that resin or?
No, just FDM printed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, the only slight difference, and I don't think this would be exclusive to this set, but at some point they kind of redid a little bit how the bandolier is painted.
It definitely has more silver and...
Yeah, they tried to get a little brown line down the center of the silver to make it look more like the bandolier.
I can kind of make that out.
With sometimes more successful than others on it from one to one. I know his nose in the past has been kind of floaty.
His nose?
Yeah, trying to get an accurate
like the dot onto his little
position
nose.
On the little black dot.
It's going to be real hard to
figure
focus
to figure. Kind of floats a little bit.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. Now again, that's one where you could easily do a darker brown wash on those. I don't think I've seen anybody do this, but in my mind, you could do a dark brown wash on that,
and it will pick up all his hairs because he's furry. You can see in this
the dimension and texture of that hair would really pop if you did a dark brown wash and got a lot of it off.
Yeah, he looks good. I might try that. All right, let's look at Whiny Luke.
a figure that has been a little difficult to get in the past because he only came with that re-release of the Falcon until the Landspeeder, which you couldn't get on store shelves.
Yeah.
So that version of Luke, not super easy to get because I believe Leia came with the
Now
original.
yes, you're correct. This looks like the jacket is the plastic and the pants are painted.
Yeah.
And
Not my favorite way that they sometimes do that deco on the older ones, but
being that it's a white jacket, it makes sense, right?
I get it.
The feet are always so big. It's so funny. All right. I love Ben. Ben looks so good.
So this one, I don't know if you've got one handy anywhere, but I was noticing on a few of the photos I saw, the beard looks really clean on this one. Like it's a pretty great job getting the beard on there.
Well, the only one I have is this one, and it's still in the prison. So there's the Luke and the Ben that came with that one. And I may have to crack that open if we're going to do a comparison, right? So it didn't come with the other ones, right? I just got Chewie, Han, Luke, and Leia at the moment up there. But here we go. Let's take a look at the beard.
I feel like I noticed a little more detail.
Yeah, like the chiseled jaw.
You know, I think they've changed the paint that they're using on the faces is a little thinner now. So you can see more of the detail that's in that initial sculpt.
Yeah, the shadow comes from the sculpt and doesn't get blocked by the thick paint. Look at that side profile. You can see the mouth in the beard.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to see over camera, but in person, does the beard look like it's pretty clean on there?
It does. It really does. You can, and like you said, the shadowing from a non-thick blob of paint really helps.
I know when they first started trying to do beards, it was just kind of like a, you know, they just looked like Shredder, you know, with a huge over the lower half of their face.
Does that help?
Some of the Kenobis, the younger Kenobis, look the same way.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And again, you got the paintwork on the saber. We have the belt and the tunic underneath. Hood. Yeah, very that's cool. Yeah. All right. 3PO. Again, you can hear it as soon as you pull it. There's our 3PO.
A lot of detail on there. Looks nice.
Yeah.
I want to say that's pretty much the same one we got with the escape pod.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not noticing anything jumping out there that would be new.
And then finally, R2.
The star of the set.
I don't have a stand for R2. Probably just need a little pin. So let's see if my dirty fingernails will do it justice. There you go.
So a few waves ago, we got somewhere around Series 4, we got the updated dome on top deco, you know.
Yeah, this one.
Series 1, 2, and maybe 3, you know, there was just literally just a blue blob. There was just a dot on top of his head.
And now we got all of this detail all the way around.
Yeah, this would be like a 3.0 deco for these.
Yeah, that's pretty damn detailed, man. This front edge here is so detailed. And I love the fact they've put this side piece on too.
Yep. We've got the panels around the side, front and back.
Wow.
Even some on the back there. I mean, I don't know how much more detailed you could get from the factory with those. And again, that's another one. If you do like a very, very, very light gray wash on that, those tiny little panels really pop on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I made them. I haven't made anything. I need to figure out how to get these out to everybody.
You need to be on Facebook.
I know, man. I know. If you guys can hold my hand and bring me back into Facebook, that'd be great. Thing drives me nuts. All right, so let's take a look at it. You know what, Cole? Do you want me to crack open the original one so we can do a comparison?
I was actually looking for mine and didn't have time to find it, but I do know that it really shines when you start pulling those panels open, and I think we're going to get a little bit of the same effect that we did with the Falcon.
Yeah, I'm I'm tempted. I got to
Is
crack
that your
everything.
only one?
This is yeah. I'm tempted to get it open. And the thing is, I've always said I'm going to get it open. I just haven't figured out how I'm going to display it because it's so small.
I felt relief when this set was announced because I thought, oh, now I don't have to open my Landspeeder.
Oh, I already been there. Yeah, I. That's the thing. I didn't because it's so small. I don't want to lose the pieces. I love the display,
Uh-huh.
but I think we may have to. We'll see what the chat says. Let's see what the chat says. Let's just take a look at this one first, and then we can do a comparison. All right. Now let's see if this focuses. It should do. Again, we've got this slightly faded wash.
Yeah, exclusive to this one. Again, that's another one that in the original photos and maybe what they showed off at Celebration looked really, really dark. And now, fortunately, not quite as dark as those
and they've even
showed.
got like the dirt buildup behind the. I always call it like the rear mirror that was on there. They've even got the dirt buildup behind there and the dirt buildup from coming out of the engine compartment. But we got the metallic silver, which is so synonymous with this vehicle around the side. And again, the engines there look so good.
Yeah, what an iconic ship. I feel like it hasn't been that long since the TVC one hit.
Right, I still haven't got that yet.
Oh, really? Has Pulse shipped those out yet?
Yep, to Canada.
Okay. I got mine from Deep Discount, and they shipped them out. I think they were the first retailer to ship them out for whatever reason. So,
I'm not gonna go on about it too much because I've been going on about it a lot, but I don't think I'm gonna bother with Pulse anymore because the toy shops get them first, and they can get them out after drop, and then you get an email from Pulse saying, "Oh, you're now gonna have to wait till September for yours," because everyone else has gone out to the stores.
Yeah.
Here's the inside of the engine.
So nice. The outside. Again, the bottom side painted when it didn't have to be.
Yeah.
Above and beyond.
Just to bring out all that detail. And then this is the inside. Wow. Look at that. You can really pick up everything in there.
Is that kind of a white that's on the front and back as well?
Yeah, so there's like a white at the front and then a metallic silver in the middle. You can see that in that light there, right?
That's really, really nice.
You can see the metallic shine. It's not white, it's metallic silver. And again, a little bit at the back too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't realize this flare was so large at the back. And now it's painted and washed, you can really see it. Okay, let's see if we can get this one open. I'm not going to pull it off because it's very Italian, very fragile. So look at that.
That's wild.
And look, you got the big dent leading into it. Whoa. That's as wide as she goes, unfortunately, but wow. There is so much detail in there.
And really, it's just, it's cool that even this one received that level of upgrade and care. You know, I think they could have done just the Falcon and then kind of threw this in as well. But it's received the exact same level of care that the Falcon did with this. I'd like to know who on the team does this. You know, who on the team goes back and designs the
Look at the control panel there. Even that's got a little bit of silver up in there just to make it different. And you got silver on the steering wheel.
Yeah, I can kind of see what the light hits it there just to make it pop.
Yeah. Whoa. Underneath.
And the scratches.
Yeah.
He's hitting rocks.
And that's all metallic, look. Oh yeah, that's a beaut.
Yeah, that engine compartment's really, really impressive.
It's two metallics. You've got the white, you've got the gray, got the black. Wow.
And then I believe one more panel, correct?
See, I told you we need
Does the
instructions.
back come off as well?
Oh, of course it does, because that's off on the other one, yeah. So I'm just in awe of that. Yeah, it does. You're right. Of course it does. And this is the one we can see on the other one. All right, so here's our back panel. Again, metallic scratches, taking all the paintwork off. And then underneath, all the detail in there. Just the one color, though. No highlights, just one color. You can still see it. Oh, shit, this is where the batteries go? Holy moly, look at that.
Yeah, it's a lot of detail work in there. It's so cool. You know, I don't know how often you're going to display it like this.
Right.
But the fact that it's there is really, really cool.
The thing is you can if you want, because if you don't get it out of the box, you can't display it like that.
And even more so than some other ships, I think the Landspeeder kind of lends itself to having a couple people standing around it with the panel off, like, oh man, it broke down.
Absolutely. Like you'd always like leaving the engine compartment uncovered is definitely a way to go.
You know, it feels like that kind of thing. It's like, all right, you know, the bumper's falling off.
Now that doesn't fit in there great. It just takes very little to get that off.
I'm curious if the old one had that tab on the side. That looks like it has a tab.
It does.
I'm curious if the old one has that tab.
If you push down on the tab, it lifts it up. I don't know if you can see that. If I push down on it, it lifts it up.
Which traditionally, we see that a lot with the panel off, correct?
Yes.
That's exposed pretty often.
Yeah. So does this mean we're going to crack her open?
No, I can't make that decision for you. That's a tough one, especially if you only have one.
But you never know, right?
I have opened very few chases.
Yeah, but this is my thing. I mean, I can try and show you that through there. Can you see that? How gray it all is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean you can see that pretty well. I mean, it's just that one. So they really only have one gray color that they're using on that.
Yeah. And then we can see the figs too.
Now, if you turn it to the side there, can you see behind those panels and see under them? Are those painted underneath?
No, there's nothing.
Yep.
There's nothing. I think you can see that there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a gray on the engine.
Again, nice touch, having that stuff painted like that.
See? I'm getting egg. This is what I like. I'm getting egged on. Yeah, I think we have to. I mean, I can do something with it. I can have a diorama of the Falcon with the Landspeeder, which is what it's supposed to be, and then this can be out in my proud collection of rares and chases up on the shelf. Yeah, I think if you got time for that, Cole. Oh, sure. Hang on. Now we got controversy. Paul saying don't do it. Oh
no, the contrarian.
Uh-oh.
Now is that for contrarian's sake? I think that might be.
I mean, I am a big advocate for releasing them, right? Getting them out and looking at them. But this particular tiny little thing is so difficult to display. And so this is the only one I think looks good in its box.
Which originally was part of the issue with that one. I think that's why they said they made it a chase, is because
it's so small.
It's so small, it didn't. They didn't feel like, once they got it in package and saw it like that, they didn't feel like the value was quite the same as like a big TIE fighter or something like that. So they made it the chase, but yeah, I actually think it looks really cool with all the sand around it and a little bit of space around it.
Yeah. If everyone here is happy that they've seen a comparison, I'll leave it for now. See, Paul's come back in.
You've been swayed by Paul.
Well, Paul said, agreed to TK's, which is you've got the best one open already, which is true.
Yeah.
Which is true.
And again, that's the relief I felt. Yeah, you'll never win. But that was the relief I felt when I saw this set is, oh, I love the way that one looks. Now I don't have to open this one.
Yeah.
I can leave it boxed and have it up there and now have the arguably better version. Maybe not even arguably. The better version. It's open.
See, the one thing I will not do is this. Like, there's that's not going to happen because there is a
have
difference.
one. Yeah, I've got to have one of everything.
Yeah,
at least.
To me, this is a Vault exclusive, which is different to this, which is a chase. Yeah. And again, this is where I always argue with everybody. Do you think you want to sell it? That's the only reason to keep it boxed. That's true, 100%, which is why I've been opening all my rares and chases and getting them out and figuring ways of displaying them, which is why I made the display for the rares and chase stickers, so I can cut them off the plastic and have them displayed. But this, the only reason I'm hesitant is because of everything we just said. It's a great display piece for it. Yeah. Even though it's in plastic.
More so than some of the others. You know, I think the deal is a lot of the other ships take up 80% of the bubble. You're just seeing that ship crammed into the bubble. Yeah. Sometimes taken apart so that it can fit in the bubble.
Yes.
But this one here, you've got a little bit of space. You can see the background. There's something to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have
got stuff falling everywhere.
I'll probably hang tight because we can see everything for a comparison, but that's not to say I won't. But until my brain clicks in of how I'm going to display this in the same kind of format, then right now that one's
and really the only thing we're not seeing is the engine compartment, which I believe is also kind of all the same color.
I would think it's exactly the same as the rear, you know, the trunk, where it's just a gray, just a standard gray. But yeah, what do you guys think out there? I mean, is anyone out there, like Cole said earlier, is anyone out there changed their mind on getting this box set because of how much love they put into redoing it, making it look better? Or is there anyone out there that says it's just a paint job, I'm not going to bother? That'd be interesting to know.
Yeah, who in chat said that at the beginning here?
Oh, I don't remember. I think it was the Force. I think it was the Force Guild.
Yeah,
we're like, it's just a repaint, which is true in some respects, but I don't know.
I do feel like this is next level, and you know they're not lying to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a premium deco limited re-release that no one's forcing you to buy. It's not taking up shelf space in lieu of something else that you could have. But man, I think when you see them side by side, it's hard to argue that that's anything but premium.
I can give you a comparison to the Hot Wheels Landspeeder, which is right here next to me. So there's a Hot Wheels diecast compared to a Micro Galaxy Squadron.
Got mine right here. I still haven't opened.
See?
I bought this one to open.
Uh-huh.
And then, because I was in the same boat as you, I wasn't sure about opening mine.
Yeah.
And then this was announced. So I thought, I don't need the Hot Wheels one anymore.
But look at the details.
Very similar in size, for sure.
Similar in size, but the details on MGS is just second to none.
A lot sharper, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. You know, there's room for something in the back there. There's room for something in the it's so cool. All the details.
Very orange, too, when you see the Hot Wheels one.
But this is what I remember the color being.
Really? You see versus the lighter salmon
this one is
almost.
exactly that. This one to me says Kenner. This is a Kenner color. And I'm looking at my Kenner one, and it's that orangey brown. This is probably more realistic.
A little more screen accurate.
Yeah. But I also just noticed this, just the air intake. They put coloration into that, just a faded dirt, like you'd expect to see. And this is the kind of same details we saw on the pod races when they did that re-release of the pod racer set. Just all the details that went into the pod races.
Man, I hope we get another one of those.
Me too. I was saying that on your show the other day. It's like if there's a ship we want, I'd like to complete the set of pod races.
I would love one more set. I don't care if it's Vault. The problem is, I think they need it to be a store exclusive because you can't make two, even if they repack Anakin with that one as a redeco.
Yeah.
You can't, I don't think you can have two brand new molds like that and just do a few thousand of them on Vault unless they're a fortune. I think they have to sell it at scale to a retailer. And without an anniversary, who knows if that'll happen. But I would love to somehow see that on shelves and kind of complete. You'll never have all of them, but even if we had 6 of them, I think that's an amazing lineup there. And we got to get Ben Quadinaris in there.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. You said you had one more thing, but what I want to talk about real quick, if you don't mind, is what we got as upcoming releases.
Yeah.
So if just to quickly go through that would be really good. So I'm just going to bring that in here. So this is one of the first things we saw. And again, I stole this directly off of the information that was passed to you on your site, but I just zoomed in on here. So what do you think of these two?
Very cool. Probably the worst kept secret of the panel, I would say. Just we've seen this kind of pop up a time or two here, but we're getting confirmation that both versions are coming. I believe they said the Cad Bane is a rarer chase version, and then the Magna Guard fighter will be the kind of fleet builder,
the one that we should see, hopefully. Right.
And that's the smart move. I mean, I know people like Cad Bane, but that's a very, very specific ship that does not have much screen time at all.
Right.
And the other one's a fleet builder that will look great. I know more people than ever have Grievous because of that target set that came out a few months ago.
Right.
So pairing those with the Grievous, with Tri-Fighters and all that, I think it makes a lot of sense. Not something that, on my personal want list is super high. But
it's different.
I think it's one of those that the mold's going to come out looking really, really cool.
Right. And it's a different ship, and we want the different ships, and the stark difference between the two is worth getting both in my mind.
Yeah. And again, anytime we can get a new micro figure like that, now we have Magna Guards. So that opens the door for, I don't know how we can get more Magna Guards, but that's a soldier type figure that anytime we get more, like with the Reaper, we just got Death Troopers. I love anytime we can get new soldiers or troopers into the line. Yeah.
I mean, again, it doesn't have to be put into a diorama. It doesn't have to be put into a reenactment of a scene. It's just, it's another ship to put into the collection, right? So I'm happy to see something different. It reminds me of something, and I can't figure out what it is, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very, it feels like a lot of those ships in the prequels, it feels very like World War II inspired.
Yeah, it's almost like a glider or a drone of some sort, but yeah, kind of cool. Now this
there
one.
It is.
Yeah, this, I mean, we've got a lot of A-Wings, but this is the A-Wing to get, right? So
this,
I don't know.
This slide in particular probably got the most buzz that I saw.
Yeah.
Which is funny because, under some circumstances, I could see people being upset that, hey, we've bought 5 or 6 A-Wings now, and now you release the other one. But I think people are just so happy that they listened to the feedback and are finally doing the correct mold.
Yeah.
That I don't think anyone cares anymore.
No. And again, until you get that feedback, you don't know. So the fact that they've reacted and given us that, I think you applaud that, right?
Yeah.
And they're not making it hard to get. It's going to be $15 retail. It's, typical ship, which is great.
So the interesting, I don't know, this is an official slide. I don't know how accurate it is, but it is interesting that this is you would presumably light armor, as all the other A-Wings have been, but it's on this slide here with a larger Y-Wing that says $15. I thought that was interesting. All the ships they showed all said MSRP $15. So
but that's
that'll be
a more
interesting to see if
that's
there's
a more
anything to
snub-nosed Y-Wing, right? Or V. They're calling it a. It is no. I thought I said V-Wing there, but it's so it's very snub-nosed. It's very short. So maybe it will be compared to the other Y-Wing.
It's
right?
possible. I want to say these are actually larger than the normal Y-Wing.
Okay. Will it be a larger A-Wing though?
No, I mean,
that would really be annoying.
If you've seen any number of of Squadcast episodes, I've been saying for quite a while, I would love to see them combine light armor and starfighter classes, so there's only one SKU that needs to be on pegs. I think that prolongs the life of the line.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of spreading out some of the material that they have. Even if you add more ships per wave, we've seen like Target hasn't had light armor in 2 years.
Right.
Walmart has been very spotty stocking one or the other. I think this, outside of Amazon, we've just had some issues with that. I think that solves a lot of the problems. Now, you'll have a little bit of a variance there in whatever the value you might see in a different one size ship to another. But I mean, for the amount of other issues that solves, I'm fine with that. Now, who knows? I'm just some idiot online. I don't know anything about what goes on behind the doors. I don't know if they have to have 2 SKUs to be profitable or per their license. There's all kinds of things
There's probably some contractual sort of way of doing it that they can't go beyond at this point until they come to the end of that contract.
Yeah. So who knows what's going on? We saw with the Falcon slide that the price was not accurate on that slide. So I think that might come up again.
But if any of the toy makers that we have out there, these guys have been pretty generous with not going after us on the value or the price of their ship, and I've always appreciated that.
Who knows? It may be nothing. Maybe there's still different class sizes in the slide. Just kind of they glossed over that. Like I said, the Falcon was not accurate. So,
but these are 2 great additions.
Absolutely, I know that I've heard people asking for this Clone Wars B-wing for years now. So there's a lot of happy people, and both new molds that they ought to be able to get several repaints out of, which is smart on their part.
Yeah. And then the TIE Avenger.
Yeah, again, very, very cool.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see when this is coming out. And now, you were at the panel, correct?
No, I didn't make it to the panel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I should have gone back and watched it after the fact. I don't remember them really. I don't think they gave us any idea on timeline for any of these.
No, not from what I've heard.
So we don't know if these are wave 10, wave 11, concept, pipeline reveal. It's hard to know when these are hitting. But I'd say the sooner the better for Andor. It would be nice to.
That's what I was going to say. If this is the start of some Andor ships, then maybe we're all going to get our dreams come true, right?
We'll see. I said we saw that Luthen is coming, so
yeah.
Like I've been saying, that opens the door for a possibility. They have a Luthen mold.
Yeah.
For something. I don't think they would make a mold just for one Scout class release. That's all I'm saying. I don't know anything at all about it.
No, and I feel that's a ship that needs to be made right, and you're not just going to bang it out. So don't expect anything too quick. So
yeah, and more so than a lot of ships we have in the line already. That to me is a iconic scene from Andor with the ship. Like, there's a lot of ships we have that don't have an iconic scene. I'm thinking of the TIE Reaper. The Fondor Hallcraft has a very, very cool scene associated with that ship. Yeah. So I totally get all the for.
What's the chances we're going to get lasers coming out the side? They're going to get rid of our launching missiles, and we're going to have lasers to take our eyes out instead.
Yeah, this one's cool. I'm excited for it. I hope it's in one of the next couple waves, because anytime we can see stuff close-ish to release of new media, that's great. And
I'm still excited for the Defender, man. The Defender.
That shows Lucasfilm trusting Jazzwares more and more. When you see those timelines shorten, they're obviously sharing that info earlier and earlier with them to get it to market sooner. So hopefully there's more of that coming in the future.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. And I think this one is a good one to end it with, because again, we've got our beautiful blue.
Yeah. This one, another one, I think people were maybe hoping that the price was incorrect on this slide as well.
But then, how much were the original ATTs when they came out?
$40.
Okay. Yeah. So that would, we're not getting, all we're getting is a light armor. Yeah. Sorry, a scout class. So
Yeah, which, I mean, we may have gotten a speeder with the original too. I can't remember.
But is this, oh, hang on, you know what though? This is a Volt.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that the Volt would be a little bit more, because they're going to go to town on this thing, right?
For sure. And again, that's my hope. My hope is that this also has received premium deco. And this one has several areas inside it of play feature areas inside the Walker. So I hope
think
that
about
it's
how
filled
much
with deco. I also hope that maybe it comes out and it's $75 or something, who knows? But again, I think Vault is a great way for them to kind of squeeze more money out of some of these larger, more expensive molds. I just know the development and tooling cost that goes into these larger ships is a whole lot larger than what was there on the small ones. Just because it's so engineered, there's a lot going on in terms of pieces and
what you can do with together. Yeah, like we have the drop down cargo area. We have all these different places to sit all your figures in. Everything moves in the ratcheting.
Several joints on.
Yeah, the ratcheting
several
is
legs,
so good. Yeah,
all the turrets and everything. The midsection.
But again, they're not having to retool anything. So.
And then I haven't checked I don't know if either of these figures are new molds. I think that might be the same Plo Koon we had before.
They seem to be improving the figures though.
Yeah.
So is it different molds, or is it just the paint isn't as thick and glumpy? Are they actually
I'm curious. I need to grab my Plo Koon at some point just to check and see if it's the same version. Maybe somebody in chat knows. Yeah. And then obviously we'll get our first version of like a Wolfpack Trooper there.
Yeah. No, it was cool to see that. Again, no super disappointment with that.
And this is something that this opens the door for potentially a lot of repaints of this. Yeah. I don't know, like we've seen with the Starfighters and the gunships variants. We could kind of see a Grand Army version of this with that, where they just start running through different battalions.
I just love to see a play set come out with Rex's reutilized one that we see in Rebels.
From Rebels.
And if you just have the landing pad on the top and the fishing gun for going.
Yeah, I want to say somebody 3D printed. Somebody designed one to fit on the top.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah. It'd be ridiculous, but it would be fun.
I know Plo Koon has a lot of fans, but yeah, this to me, I'm almost more curious or interested in. Oh man, is this the start of once a quarter we're getting an ATTE repaint or something like that?
Yeah.
Next one's whoever.
They are so much fun to play with as well, and to get them out and set them up is I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I'm sure they'll look great on the shelf.
Right. Yeah, because you can do so much with them. When it comes to the ships, you've got to build stands to get them at different heights and different places, and you can't leave them all in the box because it's so big. So yeah, these things are great.
Yeah, I was really, really happy with what they showed at the panel, given the fact that each brand had less than 5 minutes.
Right.
So I think that number of reveals was nice. Like a hair more info would have been great, but it's fine. I'm fine with the renders. That was fun. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 or 6 of them there. So
yeah. And what about the box sets we saw? Were you happy with those?
Love
that's
that.
Coming out from the Vault box sets that we're going to get.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I think the value of those sets is directly tied to the distribution of that wave. So yeah, I guess we'll find out how much I want one of those box sets.
Oh, even
based
with the
on
how being in there,
how easy it is to find on shelves.
Yeah, but if you don't have to worry about going out and you're going to get it in the box set, why not?
I know. I think I'm still a sucker for the hunt.
Oh,
if
it was made to be as much fun as it should be, I agree. And I'll always be going to Targets and Walmarts and Rosses. It's a day out for me.
Yeah.
Grab a coffee and hit the stores. I love it. but there's a certain point where you like going to San Diego and back. Do you know how many Targets and Walmarts and Rosses you go by? And to me, it was, I just had to persuade Ali, can we stop here? Can we stop here? Can we stop here? And I have to pick, 5 out of the 10 that are going to be going by. Otherwise, you never get home. But I do love marching up the aisle like a crazy man to go and see what's in the toy section. But it's just been a little bit sparse lately.
Yeah, that's for sure. And we're in a weird spot where I think we're kind of between waves.
Yeah.
So I'm still hunting, hoping to find something, but I don't know that necessarily Target's been getting anything super recently.
Yeah.
So Walmart, it looks like we've got the some of those tanks showing up, but
and we never know what's going to happen in Ross, right?
Who knows? Or DD's discounts.
Yeah, I never even thought about DD's. Yeah,
Antox randomly showed up at.
I've only got one that's near me, but I'm definitely adding that. It's right next to a Ross. So I got 2 Rosses, a DD's, and a Walmart all in one of my trip areas. So.
Yeah, which I hear is I think they're owned by the same parent company, maybe those Ross and DD's. But yeah, I had one in my area north of town, but the problem was it was north of downtown and I'm south of downtown. And it was going to be about a 2-hour round trip.
Right.
Just driving through everything. So I've got 2 Antox, so I didn't feel like I needed to make the trip. But hopefully somebody grabbed one. I was shocked at how many people in the Facebook groups were successful in finding those Antox.
This is what I hear a lot. Like it's just everything's disappearing off the shelves and nothing's coming in.
Walmart has been in a weird place for a while because I feel like 1 or 2 resets ago, they kind of changed, and now it's happening at Target where they've changed their focus. And I think it seems to be like they're thinking collectors are just buying stuff online. So let's focus these aisles on the more kid-friendly brands.
Yeah.
And you see it with almost across the board. There's less Marvel Legends on the shelf. There's a lot more epic heroes on the shelves. And these mix masher things, even Mattel has mix masher type things with Turtles.
Yeah.
Transformers. I don't see many of the normal Transformers in Walmart anymore. It's just the more the cheaper kid focused,
the playable toys.
So you're seeing a little less. Some of the Walmart's dropped vintage collection. There's like 1 peg for Black Series, and there's no Micro Galaxy. So it's a weird time for collecting. It's a weird time for retail and the economy and everything. My takeaway is, again, as a total idiot, is that these retailers are maybe trying something different just to say, hey, if we flood this with kid-focused lines, do the numbers move? Does the needle move at all if we've got this stuff on the shelf? And my guess is it's not, because I see a lot of it at clearance. It's going to be about the same.
Yeah,
so here in a season or 2, are we going to start to see some of it'll even out where some of this collector stuff will get back on shelves and we'll kind of get back to a status quo because what they're trying didn't really move the needle.
But they
have much.
If you go to Target has a collector section, right? That's where you'll see the NECA figures. That's where you see
it's like their vendor section. Yeah.
So, I mean, why don't they just utilize that if they don't want to put it in the kids section, right? Because it's a smaller section. You can put the stock up there and we can find it there instead.
Yeah, so I think they're all just... I've seen a lot of people mention that the new reset at Target does not have Starfighters. Who knows? It may be for one reset because they know when Series 9 is coming. If there's no Series 9 coming during this next reset, maybe they're just taking the pegs down to put something else there. Yeah, that makes sense too. I'm not an alarmist in this sense. I want to see sustained change and then maybe, okay, something's going on. But,
we just need someone to buy these things, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And really with Amazon, the only real issue are finding these chases in person.
Yeah.
And again, for the hardcore collector, we'll have Vault. So
yeah. And I love the fact we get the rare and the chase in the box sets. It really does help take the FOMO and the anxiety away.
I do think Series 9, you know, I said this the other day, I think Series 9 is probably the best wave since Series 4. Maybe when we got all that Return of the Jedi stuff. It was like a whole wave almost of original trilogy stuff, new, and it was amazing. But
I can't think of one I don't want to get from this upcoming series.
Cloud Car is so cool.
So cool.
The TIE Defenders are amazing.
Yeah, both of them come in the box set too, which is amazing.
Yeah. And the deco on Ezra's A-Wing.
Yeah.
Really, it's like one of those that just pops off the shelf. It's super interesting. Even if you're not tied to that episode or love Rebels, it's just a really interesting colorway for that.
Yeah. Even the Holo B-Wing, right? The holographic
it looks great. It was a great choice for that. It's so interesting, just the detail that goes on in that. And then the ATDP, man, is so cool. I can't wait to see that one in hand. Just stood outright, because I think they've got it really crunched to get it in the bubble.
His lanky legs.
Yeah. Once you get that thing fully stood up, hopefully people will get that thing to stand right. Unlike the ATST, I keep seeing people stand wrong. It's like it has knees. You know, people stand the ATSTs like straight up. I see that all the time in the Facebook groups, and you just get like a icky feeling.
Yeah.
When you see an ATST standing up like a human.
No, you got to bend his legs, man, backwards.
Yeah, it's like
backwards.
That top joint has to be almost parallel with the ground. When he's like standing straight up, it just looks like some kind of horrible homunculus running around.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it, man. I will go out and search, because some of them you don't mind getting two of, and it's always, if you see it on a peg, grab it, right?
Yeah.
Because you know someone's going to want it, even if you don't want two or three, right? So, I get excited with that. I do get excited with that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Vault for Series 9, Vault might be pretty crucial. So,
I'm gonna be getting in there straight away as soon as it drops. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
And interesting. I would say my biggest takeaway from seeing the whole lineup there with that Vault with the hologram B-Wing was what an anomaly that Vault Hera's B-Wing is now.
Yeah,
I think we all assumed that was going to be an early bird version like the other ones they had done. And now that it's been several waves and we haven't seen Hera's B-Wing show back up, that kind of sets a new precedent for some of those Vault releases where I'm like, oh, you need to jump on those.
Yeah.
Just in case it doesn't come out. You know, I think everyone kind of assumed, well, I'll have a different shot at kind of the same thing of Hera's B-Wing, and waited. And now it's gone, and it's been two waves now, and we haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
You know, I think some of the listings had kind of tipped the hand that there was a B-Wing coming in this next wave from Walmart system, and now it turns out it's a hologram. So I would say if you see something on Vault that interests you, jump on it.
Yeah, because we had that with what was it, the V19 Torrent, right? We had a Vault release of that, which was San Diego last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just came out as a peg hanger. You know, it would come out for a release as well. So you end up getting the Vault one, and then you can get the pretty much same version.
Specifically that one, unlike Kylo's, where it just had better deco, that one I love because it's actually a different ship, you know, with different markings.
Yeah.
So say one is like red 3, the other one's red 5, basically.
A different.
Totally so different. a little thing that they can change the details on, where I'm like, oh, now I need both of these versions because it's a different ship.
Yeah.
Beyond just the deco. But yeah, really cool stuff coming out. Really cool stuff added to Vault. I hope we get back on track now and start getting about one a month.
That would be great.
On these releases.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Did you we're at 225, if you can believe that.
Yeah, it's wild. This is about Squadcast length now.
I know you said you had something else you wanted to look at. Are you holding on to that now? Do you want to get your
So similarly to the Landspeeder, I might wait to open this until I've got a knife handy.
to do it
And
properly.
maybe I'll hop back on one week here when the family's busy.
Yeah, I opened mine. It's just above my head up here.
I can
It's
vaguely, barely see it up there. The
it's
orange.
kind of good to get it out.
That's
It
probably
does look
one
good
I
on the
will take a
shelf.
blade to and be very careful with and all
Yeah.
that in case I do want to repackage it.
Well,
But
make sure you post it out. Make sure we all know you've done it. Even
yeah,
if it's
or
just
I'll
a
wait.
quick
Maybe
unboxing video.
yeah, one day maybe I'll have a free weekend and can hop on and finally do it on here. But
Absolutely.
that one is one I thought I would never open, and then they showed up, at Ross for $5, and
But the thing is, like we said earlier, I don't want to sell it. It's not. I don't want to own it so I can sell it. I want to own it.
I don't want to sell it, but I don't want to
Look at it.
open it because it for a long time it was so rare that the thought of opening it was like, I've got them kind of up here. It's always out of camera range, but on top of the DTOLFs, I've kind of got like a TVC TIE fighter, and then I've got the Chase TIE fighters in front of it. So it's like Sabine, the hologram TIE, and the white TIE are kind of lined up in front of the TVC TIE fighter there. So I thought, this is I'll leave this here. It's kind of cool. I can't bring myself to open the hologram. Can't bring myself to open Sabine, but having a second one changes everything. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now I want to get that in the Ghost.
Just look at it. The Sabine TIE was only worth $5. That's all you got to look at it, right? It's only worth more. It's only worth more if someone's willing to pay it.
Yeah, this one specifically was worth $5 plus a little bit of shipping. So
yes, that's all it is.
I haven't seen what the price is. I'm not sure how much they go for these days, but
don't look. Just open.
Yeah, it had to have come down some. Thanks to Ross.
Now, tell everyone where they can find you. Give it everything you've got, and let know the people that don't know where they can find you.
I assume if you're watching, you have at least a passing interest in Micro Galaxy Squadron. And if you would like to stay up to date on news, info, pre-orders, drops, anything like that, you can follow me at Micro Galaxy Squadron on Instagram or Micro Squadron on Twitter. We have a Facebook group, Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron on Facebook, where there's all kinds of cool stuff going on and trades and things like that. If you really, really want to deep dive into the minutia of the line, you can check out the bi-weekly podcast, the Micro Galaxy Squadcast, on youtube.com/Micro Galaxy Squadron. Usually bi-weekly, so somewhere around 2 a month.
Yeah, or whenever there's news to transmit.
It is hard to squeeze news twice a month from this line sometimes, but it's amazing that we can go at least an hour every 2 weeks and turn it into something.
Yeah, go check it out. It is a great channel. Like I said, it's been a lifesaver for me. It's got a lot of great information in it, and even if you go back and look at stuff you posted from the past, and the information inside your link tree, for example, is just great to have. Definitely check it out.
I even find sometimes I will post things that I'm like, this isn't necessarily news, but I'll post things like just for like in perpetuity, just for reference later. Like I will scroll back through just to pull something up. I'm like,
what was that thing that I saw?
What wave was that in? I'm like, when did that come out? Sometimes I'll pull something up just to see when did I post about this, because I want to know when it came out.
Yeah.
So I will even myself pull it up from time to time, just trying to figure something out here or there.
Well, I know you've been posting about the Visions one lately. Like, it's back up, and then the next minute, it's gone. It's back up.
That one's been wild, man. And now they're finally. I was hoping I'd have one to open this weekend, but mine's getting here Monday.
Are you gonna open it right up and release it, or are you gonna keep it in the display?
It's hard to know, because again, that's one where it's really, really nice in the packaging. The packaging is set up to display it, and it's not one I necessarily feel like I need to get out and mix with the other ships I have, because it's so singular. So I'll probably leave that one in the box and just open it up and prop it open where it's open. You can see that artwork. On that one.
I feel that we're all gonna need a shelf just for boxes at some point.
Yeah, but that's specifically been a pretty frustrating link for a lot of people I know.
Yeah.
Somebody's on there buying dozens at a time, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I think they did that at Celebration as well, right? So people snapped them up and thought they could just sell them on retail. But I'm glad to see that a lot of people aren't buying it from the scalpers and stuff. because that
Right.
helps everything. That helps
Yeah.
everything. Try not to fall into that. Avoid those people. And then we'll hopefully see them back out in the pegs and hang in there for us to pick.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Hey, Cole, I really appreciate you coming in. It was great to finally chat to you rather
I
than just
know.
a couple
Thank you
of
for inviting me. It was fun.
mistyped comments in your chat where I'm thumbing it on my phone. But yeah, it's great.
Any excuse to actually open the items is great. I find myself with just growing stacks of them because I think I need to make a video. I need to do this.
Yeah.
It's got to be content or something, which is not the case. But you think that in the back of your mind, like, I'm going to open that when I've got time to do a video or something. And it just grows and grows and grows and grows. So, man, it's nice to just sit down and open them sometimes. I've done it once or twice with my son recently where he's almost 5. So it's like so cool to him when we start opening new stuff and things like that.
Play with it. Yeah.
And I'm like, this is what this is for. The videos are fine. They're whatever. But just opening them and having fun, getting to share stuff like that with him and seeing the way he, experiences it is a blast.
And again, that's why I do this, because I miss doing that with my friends, and buying something and opening it when we get back to the apartment and seeing what we got. So again, this is what this is for. This is about everyone just seeing these things come open. And if you don't want to open them, you don't have to. You can join in and just see what they look like out of the box. But to me, that's why they're made. They're so detailed, they need to come out. But yeah, come anytime, dude. If you get a Saturday or Sunday morning and you're like, hey, I want to open this up, are you going live? Then anytime, man. Be happy to have you on. It's a lot of fun, ton of fun. And good luck with getting the courage to open up that tie Sabine. I mean, that Sabine tie.
It'll happen. I just, unfortunately, I left my knife downstairs.
Yeah. Next time, man. You're supposed to be a professional. That's why I brought you on. Jeepers. Thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. Thanks for giving up a Saturday morning. And if you're watching on the rewatch, thanks for joining us on the rewatch. And we'll see what the next weekend brings. There's plenty to open. The stack of boxes we talk about is still behind, and we've all got them. So there's plenty to go through. It doesn't have to be the latest. It just has to be the greatest. So join us again for another weekend. Grab a coffee, chill out, and hope to see you all again soon. Cole, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for giving up your time. And see you on the next one.